Y'all feel me? So let's get this together. Do I like this? Like, I don't know. Good morning, everybody. Like, y'all, this is a YouTube filter. And let's just keep it real. I think I like this filter because the sun is glaring everywhere. What y'all think about this filter? Good morning, beautiful person. Good morning, beautiful person. Look, what you think about this filter? Let me see. Let's find us another one, y'all. I didn't even know they did this, okay? Oh, what's up, no, and she, tiyo, negative, ini, bata, neno, go. Ah, yeah, I can talk like that, did you? Ah, friend. Now this can be one. Good morning, everybody. I think this is an attraction. What you think, friend? I think I should leave this one on, friend. And we have a lot of trolls this morning. You hear me? So we just let them come on and let them troll us for a minute this morning because we have low views on social media buzz. And make sure when you come join on, first off, good morning to all my family, my friends all around the world. You feel me, huh? Friend, we got the girl. What is you talking about? This look beautiful on me. Friend, you can't be caring what them haters say. You gotta, you feel me? Huh? You gotta let them know how you look sometime. You know. You can't let everybody think, you know what I'm saying? You gotta wear a filter all the time. You know. I have people talking about me at Don rate, you know what I'm saying? So let's just show them what I really look like, okay? Let's just show them, friend. Good morning, sis. Good morning, sis. I really love for you to be able to come up here and play with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to make a live next week, friend, where I'm going to send you the invite so you can get comfortable and come on up here and talk your mess too. You feel me? Yeah, friend. Thank you. Hype me up, friend. Hype me up, friend. Hype me up. Hype me up. You feel me? Hype me up. So, this morning, I ain't want to, like really say nothing. You know what I'm saying? And this time, I'm trying new things on my social media platform. That mean on TikTok, YouTube, everything. I just been using all kind of new content. You hear what I'm saying? Cause you got to bring in them views. You feel what I'm saying? You got to bring in them views. You feel me? So this morning, y'all, we gonna talk about some of the stuff that's popping in the celebrity world. Young Miami. Yeah, then they started speaking on Diddy again. Shit, we on it popping right now, baby. Good morning, Future. Good morning. Good morning. Look, friend, I had some tea this morning, you know what I'm saying, but I didn't keep it on too long. You feel me? Yeah, I like my lip. I like this. That's why he love me, you know what I'm saying? He know that I'm always keeping it real, you hear me? Yeah, you feel me? Don't they look nice, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm getting that work done, but they coming along, you feel me? They coming along. Anyway, friend, y'all, let's touch up on a few things this morning, okay? First off, my thumbnail is about, his name is, I want to say is, how do you say his name? His name is Cinceir. I think that's how it's spelled. S-I-N, no, C-I-N-C-I-E-R. C-E-I-R. Cinceir, right? Cinceir Cortez. You know what I'm saying? That's his name. I know I'm saying it right. Something like that. You hear me? He actually is 25 years old, and I have him on my banner because he need to be talked about. You know what I'm saying? And this is how me and Doug almost made our mistake. when we first got together. You feel what I'm saying? Um, this is a young couple, 20, 21 years old, probably banging out the room. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all know. I mean, you don't probably, a lot of people probably don't know. But it's a lot of people that then banged out the hotel rooms. You hear me? Especially young kids. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't bang out your mama house, so you go get the room, right? So allegedly, this young man, Cinceir, had it going on in this hotel room where he had 70, grams. He had $4,000 cash, and guess what else they saying? They saying that the was just splattered and piled up and just all over the room like they might have had a fight, okay? But allegedly, his son, CJ, got a hold to some of that and possibly or gave to him because they don't know what happened. You feel what I'm saying? But they know that he's not here today and he had a massive amount of that rug in his system. You feel me? And then on top of that, y'all, this wasn't even the kicker of that story. You hear me? We gonna come back and forth to this story because y'all know how I do. But the kicker of that story is that when they actually removed the baby and they went in there and investigated more, they found snakes in his playpen. Like what? Like what? Like what sick stuff is that? Like what can you? Like I can't wait. Well, he already been sentenced, and that's my discrepancy about the case. You know what I'm saying? He been sentenced to. He took a plea bargain for 20 years. The mom, she took a plea bargain for 15 years. You hear me? And let's just keep it real. I know exactly how the mom got involved in it, and then this not even it. I'm sorry, Miss Johnson. Now you know I'm a Johnson too, right? So I'm just keeping it real. People been wanting to know how I really look, you know what I'm saying? So I decided to, just get them what they looking for. I had a few trolls on here yesterday, and they kept telling me to fix my hair, you know what I'm saying? And I'm a short hair person because I choose to be short hair. And so I'm like, how dare you want me to be in the matrix? So you want me to put the lace front on? You put the lashes on? You want me to put on the thick eyebrows? You know what I'm saying? He want me to put on the, the Da Vinci's. I got them on this morning, you feel me? And, he want me to be stuck into the matrix. He want me to plug in, So I plugged in this morning, you know what I'm saying? Let's plug in, you know what I'm saying? I fixed the hair, it's like a little carpet up here this morning. It's really, soft and mushy. Like I wish you could touch it, you know what I'm saying? But we plugged in this morning. You feel me, friend? Yeah. Look, I need to be done, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm the last bum in here, you know what I'm saying? So, and in the meantime, them people not ready for a person like me, okay? But I don't think I'm ready for Jamaicans. My grandmother went to Jamaica and didn't even know who we was when she came home. You feel what I'm saying? They done gave her some of that ooh-wee out in Jamaica. She came home talking about who is you, you know what I'm saying? I had a granddaughter, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know about Jamaica, you know what I'm saying? That is on the bucket list, but I gotta go with somebody I know. You feel me? Cause I don't want to come home, on the other side. You feel me, huh? Yeah. Why not use a filter? What is you talking about? Did you push love, huh? Yeah. Push love. You know what I'm saying? Quit being a hater. You know what I'm saying? Let's just keep it real. So let's get back to our buzz. You feel me? So this guy, Cinceir. Let me see. Let me look up his woman. Let's get the Mac out. Yeah, you feel me? Talking that jack. You come over here hating and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to be like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Anyway, The mother is last name Coleman. What's her first name? Her first name. What's her first name?
Caliga? Cal.
You see that?
Kalea?
I don't know.
Caliga?
I should have listened to her first name before I actually, can't lie. But anyway, I know her last name is Coleman, right? So Miss Coleman accepted a plea deal of 15 years in 2025. So the case then got viral because Cinceir just got sentenced and he took a plea deal for 20 years. But guess what, y'all? The sister is going off on her sister. She say she love her and all, you know what I'm saying? She still got that bond for her, but she just can't forgive her. You know what I'm saying? And I can actually, relate to that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, y'all. Good morning, y'all. Good morning, Thomas. Good morning, Thomas. Yeah. I don't got no, it's working out, right? Can I get some love this morning? Can I get some love? You feel me? I need this for my OnlyFans. So let me make this segment for the OnlyFans, y'all. So when I get ready to upload it for my OnlyFans, later on I can, record it. You feel me? Yeah, so that's just a little pointer for the people that's following me and y'all building y'all social media platform. Remember, you have to screen record yourself sometime. You hear me? You have to make moments count. Throw a little music behind there, da, 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 you know what I'm saying, or some duh, 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 you know what I'm saying, do something, and actually reuse your stuff. I know that's right, Papa. How you look? You feel me? I'm doing a yati this morning. Y'all feel me? Y'all, I'm having fun this morning. But it is serious news, you feel me? This serious news, you know what I'm saying? This is serious news. That's what's up. I look like them who people. I like the who people, y'all. Y'all feel me? Country girl. Anyway, y'all, let's see. Wait a minute. I'm trying to get to this today. But what I wanted to ask y'all, do you feel like that? Thank you, Papa. You feel me? You feel me? Good morning, good morning. But anyway, can y'all really explain to me, anybody would know, why would snakes be in a baby playpen? Like, why you got snakes? Like, I ain't never heard, like, look, we done heard some abuse cases. Well, we're going to say AB cases, you hear me? Especially when it comes down to the minors, okay? But I ain't never heard of nobody having no snakes in no playpen. That just blew my mind. You feel me, huh? So, in reality, I think that this was a case where it wasn't no justice in it. You hear what I'm saying? It wasn't no justice. You hear me? Good morning, Lil Red. You feel me? Good morning. Anyway, he only received 20 years, y'all. They 25 years old. Y'all, they still got a whole life to live when they get out of jail. This little boy is gone forever. You hear me? These are the parents. But my significant other saying that they are suffering a lot because they have the loss of their child, because eventually the institute should actually really bad. I can't even say it like that, y'all. I can't even get it out. Hear me? They should help them get to where they have realized they mistake. You hear me? Just put it like that. You hear me? I'm tired this morning. You feel me? Look, I can kill a piece of corn. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? Just use my tongue. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm just playing. But anyway, I think that justice wasn't served in that case, y'all. And if don't nobody know what I'm talking about, I'm talking about Cinceir, who just been sentenced to 25 years in prison for the unaliving of his son. Now, when they got into they was in this hotel room, y'all. And when they got into the hotel room, right, him and the girl, they right there, they said it was smack all over the room. They said it was about 70 grams of smack on the table. He had $4,000 on the table. So I'm from the hood. I already know what's going down in that room. You feel what I'm saying? But these idiots had their baby with them. Here, you heard me. When they could have had the baby with the sister. See, that's one thing that me and Doug knew. You don't trap with your kids. You hear me? Because when you trap with your kids, that's some responsible, tragic events that can happen, and you can just bring on in your life. You hear me? So we wasn't no fools. So when me and Doug was out there in them streets together, you hear what I'm saying? See, I was the fool because I was the one using. You hear what I'm saying? So Doug was the one out there collecting the paper. You feel what I'm saying? So me personally, trying to keep up with Doug, I used to try to keep my baby with me. You know what I'm saying? So I had family members that would step in and say, nah, bring me that baby and bring me a couple dollars. You feel what I'm saying? Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Everybody give me some love for my video this morning. You feel me? You don't see no damn roaches in my house. Shut up. I have worked really hard, baby. Huh? Lady. You hear me? I ain't gonna call you out your name because you ain't even worth it. You hear me? But I have worked really hard in my life not to have roaches, baby. Now, when I was in the projects, when I was like 8 or 9, I had roaches. When I was like 15, living with I had roaches. You hear me? But I haven't had roaches in over 10 years or rats. And I'm here to give an amen up to that because me and them type of things don't get along. You hear me, friend? A rat, a roach, I have been traumatized a long time in my life, baby girl, in all the roughest neighborhoods in Detroit, baby girl. Not to never, ever want one of them again. You hear me? I have the right in my life not to never have a roach or a rat because I'm grown as hell. You hear me? I mean, like almost 50 grown. You hear me? With 7 kids. You hear what I'm saying? So I have earned that right, baby girl, not to have no roach. You hear me? Everybody in my house sick, baby girl. You hear me? I don't wash dishes, baby girl. I pay bills. You hear me? Let me tell you what the queen do around here. I pay bills. I don't wash dishes. You hear me? I did wash them yesterday. But what you see right there is clean dishes. They just piled up right there because I just threw them up there. You hear me? Girl, huh? I don't wash dishes. I pay bills. See, my house is different. I run this here. This my mucaso. You hear me? We don't go in half on bills around here. I pay the all. You hear me? So I don't wash dishes. And I sat here for the engagement. Yeah, family girl, you hear me? For the engagement, you hear me? But anyway, the bottom line is that don't let nobody take you out your circle when you building your social media platform. And before we get into Diddy, the new Diddy updates, let me break y'all down on some of the stuff that I wrote down. You feel me? Good morning, everybody. Good morning, y'all. So we done had enough little fun with the filter this morning, y'all. We gonna turn the filter off. We gonna turn the filter off. So let's see. Let's go up here and let's turn it off. Okay, y'all, that was fun. It was really fun. It was really fun. So anyway, y'all, it's a few things that didn't happen in the world that's been very shocking that nobody is actually talking about. Y'all feel me? So it was a bus in I think it's Belize. Was it Belize? Wait a minute. My son just told me where it was at, y'all. 20 people flew off this cliff in the bus and just, you feel me? Y'all know we can't say certain words on your social media platforms. So I will say they was unalived, you know. And I want to send my prayers and my condolences out there to the families. Y'all feel me? And then the next big story is the air traffic controls over here that's working, that's not getting paid. Of course, a person is not getting paid. You know what I'm saying? When we've been on a government shutdown since January 26th, you hear what I'm saying? But see, a lot of these workers knew that we was gonna go back on that shutdown. Now I ain't making no excuse up for them, but when they brung that stuff back up for a minute, they said temporarily. We all heard them say that. You hear me? So them people knew not to spend them dang on checks or what you say, get another job. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure it's a lot of governor workers, DoorDash and Instacart and stuff, because I will do all that when I can, because I tell everybody, I made $8,000 Instacarting in 3 months. You hear me? Because I had goals. You hear me? I got up at 6 o'clock, dropped them kids off. I got on that Instacart app. Every day, my goal was to make $230. Why I had to have $230? Because I had to put gas in the car. So I need $150 to come home with. You feel what I'm saying? Then I gotta have my little zoom zooms and wham whams. You feel what I'm saying? So my goal was $230 a day. But I did not keep calculation of that. You hear what I'm saying? Huh? Especially if you're trying to play a role. You feel what I'm saying? You got to keep up with your finances or your finances will get out of control. You hear me? So I almost was in trouble because if you make over $60,000 a year, you have to pay taxes back. You hear me? So let me tell y'all again. You would make over $60,000 a year, you have to pay taxes back. You hear me? So you have to be careful, you know, balling out, starting these business and trying to stunt on people. You need to know your business. You feel what I'm saying? And good morning to everybody coming on over. What did you talking about? Look, if this is the same outfit, let me tell you something, baby. I have over 50 of these. You hear me? And I think I got 2 of these by accident. But baby boy, if I turn around and I just show you, I got all my clean clothes folded up here. I just picked it up and get clean. See, I'm 48 years old. I used to be a female entertainer. So I know to entertain the female. You hear what I'm saying? Huh? I don't have 7 children for nothing. I don't have 6 boys and 1 girl for nothing. I'm highly blessed, highly favored. You hear what I'm saying? Especially in Detroit, in the underground, and now I'm working on top. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm building me a name on top. You know, the underground know who I am. You feel me, huh? But now it's time for the top people to know. It's time to live a more poised life. It's time to get to Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? It's time to see crystal sands and crystal waters. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, let's get there. You get what I'm saying? Let's get there. You know what I'm saying? Let's get there. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. You remember? Let somebody talk about clean my dishes, Doug. My dishes is not dirty. You feel me? Them are clean dishes. You hear me? And I don't have to tell you no more. And I'm not about to prove nothing to you neither. I'm a queen. I don't wash dishes. You hear me? I pay the bills. You hear me? I just sit at my computer all day. You know what I'm saying? I just be typing away. You know what I'm saying? Just making money. You feel me? So that's what I do. And so if that's what you want to learn how to do, don't come over here with that. Come over here with positivity. Come over here trying to learn something. You feel what I'm saying? Don't come over here with that. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. You know, y'all, my idea was to be live on my TikTok platform this morning. My TikTok platform, they miss me so much. You hear what I'm saying? But I'm trying to get them to come over here to YouTube. You feel what I'm saying? I need my subscriber base to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You feel me? And then I will be actually getting recognized as a big channel. You hear me? But it's going great. You know what I'm saying? I'm picking up the right audience and the right platform. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm at 5.
Look,
7,
friend.
0,
Look, don't be
7,
no. Look, I'm talking to my sis, my family member, my moderators, and you the only moderator on here this morning, friend. You know, you ain't gotta delete everybody. You know, let them talk junk. You know what I'm saying? People don't know what's over here. You know what I'm saying? What they will learn is that they cannot condemn nothing that God has ordained for me over here. You hear what I'm telling you? Only thing you can do is bring entertainment, engagement, and ignorancy, because that's what you about. You feel what I'm saying? And I welcome that into my life. You know what I'm saying? I'm the top number one. I get an A in being ignorant. You hear what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's nothing. You know what I'm saying? So coming over here, you learn something new. You know what I'm saying? Let's put on us a filter. Yeah, let's put on us a filter. Because I want to talk about this next stuff. Okay, so we turned on the light. Y'all feel me? I'm learning, you know, and I'm trying to learn how to share my stuff. Get out my screen. What's going on? Oh, y'all need to get on here. All right. Wait a minute, that's not it, y'all. So we learning. Let's see. We learning. Is that it? Okay, so look. You feel me? We got lipstick to put on. You feel me? Like, for real. Let me see. I think I like this lipstick. It's kind of light. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is YouTube. Turn up. Let's see how this looks. Ooh. Ooh, that made me look like an old woman. Like, but I do look like my mama, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do look like my mama. So let's see what this go. Y'all feel me? Get to being Diana Ross around here. Let's see what this is. Oh, no, they didn't. Huh? They got me looking like a real gingerbread man. Oh, that's my fault. That's my face right there, y'all. Oh, it matched the outfit. Do not play with me. Don't play with me, you feel me? It's like, no, I'm just playing. Y'all have a little fun. You hear me? You can't have a little fun. You feel me? Have a little fun. Anyway, y'all in the audience, what is y'all talking about? Detroit East Side 213. Boy, I'm East Side Red Zone 304. Say no. I'm 34 now. You heard me? 48234. You feel me? 48207. You feel me, huh? That's how I do. You feel me, huh? I'm real East Sider. Born and raised. Stop playing with me. And that's for real. You hear me? Yo, make me Captain call them 7 Mile Goons, okay? I'm serious, too. I'm born and raised. Sojourner Truth Projects. I'm from the nest, nickel. You hear me? Nickel. So stop perving on my live, nickel. I can act, nickel. I'm the buzz, nickel. Stop playing. You feel me? But anyway, y'all, let's get back focused, y'all. So, the hottest thing that's going on that I'm like, let's talk about this, you know, while we talk about our tips. You hear me? First off, in Michigan, you feel me, and 25 other states, BA3.2 new COVID variant have made it to all them places. Now they saying that the new COVID variant, and remember this is not a medical advice, this is just an announcement or alert, you feel me? They saying that it have not shown no threats of real, harm. You hear me? But they do want to let us know that this variant has made it to 25 states and not my home state, Michigan. Now remember, y'all, I got my 5-year-old been sick for a minute. You hear me? Then his father got sick. He stage 5 kidney failure. He don't need to be getting sick with these underlying border health conditions. You hear what I'm saying, huh? So I've been managing to stay good. Matter of fact, y'all, let me show y'all. Okay, so I've been flushing. You know what I'm saying? I've been flushing with my live probiotics, prebiotics, and probiotics. You feel what I'm saying? This is not a medical advice. This is just something that your girl been doing. I just playing with y'all. But that one right there, if you go look on my TikTok shop, if y'all follow me, it's on my TikTok shop. Now, I am on TikTok as Social Media Buzz. You feel me? Good morning, Sky. Good morning. Good morning. I hope I'm saying your name right. Shy. That's what it say. You hear me? Good morning. Look, Jason, you better flush out because, look, y'all, I used to do health and wellness. And if y'all go through my content to the front, y'all will see this is what I was using my platform first. At first, I was building health and wellness on this platform. And my niche turned into, I niche down. You hear me? I niche down. And my niche, I'm going to talk about that. You have to niche down. So my niche ended up turning into celebrity gossip. You know what I'm saying? And celebrity gossip started working for me. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm not a fan. I'm not starstruck. You know what I'm saying? So it really works out for me. And then I don't really know too much about none of these stars because I was incarcerated, for about 5 years of my life. So me learning stuff, you know what I'm saying, it's been exciting. And I'm learning new rappers, these young kids. I don't know none of these. I just know what my buzz bring me. I know about young NBA boy, broke never again, whatever. I know about him because he been having like a presence towards these teams that he got a very powerful impact on the teenagers. So I've been keeping close eye to him, And then I find out the man got 13 kids at 24 years old. And the one that's in my house that love him the most, he ain't number 13, talking about he having 9. I'm like, wait, but this one, so, like, you know what I'm saying? That's the kind of stuff that I like to learn, So if you a person out here and you're not taking your time every day and you're not learning shit, what we doing here? It's fun to learn. You should be trying to teach yourself something new every day about your social media if you are trying to build your platform. One thing, if you think that that's what you need to learn it. If you got to keep on practicing on it, do it. I had to do it. I put in thousands and thousands and thousands of hours into my YouTube station. It'll tell you that I got like 120,000 watches, views, or whatever. So that means that's how much work I done put into my station in the last since 2015 when I got serious about it. You hear what I'm saying? So you got to put in your work. You got to get in your mission. So it's a variant going around, and it made it to 25 states. The variant is called BA 3.2. Okay, I don't know what's all that about, but I wrote it down to be accurate. It's an 18-year-old girl named, I think her name is Sheridan or Sharon or Sheridan. I want to say I'm saying her name right, and her last name is Gorman. She 18 years old. She a college student. She was unalived by her college campus. They is making a ruckus out of this in Chicago because they saying that the immigrant that did this, because they was just walking and minding their business, and this immigrant supposed to, did this on them, you hear me? And they saying that he was already being arrested and was already previous being charged for some stuff, and he was out. You hear what I'm saying? So y'all can't get mad at everything Trump doing. Y'all can't do it. Y'all gotta let him clean up the mess. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a little spots. He missing spots. You hear me? He missing spots. Because stuff like that should have been removed and been deported back. Yeah, I don't care who don't agree with me, but that shit right there should. If you are a person that's not a person in a country, and this goes for my United States American motherfuckers too, and you somewhere and you breaking the law and you being malicious towards these people, they have a right to take your ass back home. Going back on with that. Going back over there with that. You hear what I'm saying? You hear me? See, my culture, yeah, we have enough with us hunting each other down. You hear me? Gunning each other down, banging each other down. You hear what I'm saying? You hear me? So we don't need no extra shit. You know what I'm saying? And this goes for anybody that's from the United States going to other countries too, fucking with these people. You know what I'm saying? They don't need extra shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't need nothing extra. You know what I'm saying? So that right there is really sad. And let me see. Oh, okay. Thank you, friend. I see where you're going. Who is ODB? If I had a chance to move and it was civilization there, I will go to this country that Will Smith went to. Now, I don't know if y'all F with Will Smith, and a lot of people don't, but Will Smith got this geographic show that he do on Netflix. And let's just keep it real, he have money. And while he alive, he's spending his money. And he making money as well. So he still making generation of wealth while he's spending his money and exploring right now in his life. He made a lot of coins, you hear me? So he actually do this show and he go to different parts of the world, you hear me? And I would like to live in Antarctica, you know what I'm saying? Even though I don't know, it don't get dark there and stuff like that. But me looking into the stuff, the people, you know what I'm saying, and just being different, for like at least a couple of months of my life, maybe a year, just to try it, But they don't have darkness. So everybody is a biggie on buying them the mess and the things that we take advantage of, the things that we see that's not relevant to us. They see luxury over there, and it's just a different thing going on there. The water look different, the food look different, the atmosphere, So I do got things that I want to try. I used to want to go to Hawaii. But by me being the buzz, right? I have investigated a lot of things culturally that I maybe need to stay away from there. You hear me? See, people don't really know if you should fit in somewhere unless you start investigating things. You hear me? And by me having 7 children, I'm gonna one day eventually go to another state, which I've been in my state all my life, right? But I eventually want to go to another state. Bring me my charger. And so I've been looking at things, you know. See, because first off, remember, I have 6 black men that I'm raising. My oldest is 31. My second is 23. Then I got another one, 13. So all my black men, as far as I'm concerned, is targets out here in the world. You feel me? So if I pick a place to go, I want to be picking the right place, and I don't want to be picking the wrong place. You feel what I'm saying? So I done looked at Wisconsin. I done looked at Nebraska. You hear me? Utah don't want us there. You hear me? Utah would be a great place, but not for me, not my culture. You hear me? By my research. You hear what I'm saying? And it's sad, you know what I'm saying? But you find out. And how do you move to other countries and other states? You look at the population. You know, you look at population culture, and you look at statistically crime rate. You know, so because can't nobody really tell you what a crime rate and when a crime gonna happen, but you can look at the statistics and see if that's an area. So that's what I did here in Michigan. I looked for a house. I started looking for statistics, where the area is better in Michigan at, and guess what, y'all? My kids ain't as rough as I want them to be. You know, not my oldest ones though. They about that business. I'm talking about them youngest ones. You hear what I'm saying? They don't want to go on my side of town, the east side. You feel me? They want to stay right here in they little suburban, you know, area. They think the east side of Detroit is spooky as hell. You hear me? And I was born and raised over there, so I don't understand what they saying. But go back to what Jason saying. Your kids, if you shield them from things that they not aware of, they might be mistaken that it's what their life was supposed to be. See, my kids don't know nothing about being poor. They don't know nothing about roaches and rats. They don't know nothing about never getting what they want. You hear me? Like I had a son cry for Christmas. You know why he cried for Christmas? Because he told me and somebody that he liked to build things. And me and this person just went crazy with buying all type of Legos and stuff like that. And my son was upset. He was crying. He said he couldn't do nothing with this shit. You hear me? He said y'all went overboard, you know what I'm saying? But he wasn't grateful. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't grateful. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't care. You hear me? He didn't care. You hear me? Good morning. What's going on, y'all? Let me catch up with y'all in the comments, because y'all know when I tell a story, right? Well, I'm going to tell you, look, going to California, I'm going to call you, we're going to call you number 7. You feel me? If Spain, your economy, you would probably like to live in California. But that California is, okay, let me break it down. Historically, my elders told me never to move to California. You hear me? Because of where California sit and the weather and the possibility of it may be falling one day. You feel me? Huh? Hey, Doug! Hey, Doug! I think, hey, Doug! Oh, he in the phone. But I think Doug mama told him too. She was a registered nurse here in Michigan for over 50 years. And I think she told Doug not to never move to California as well. Now, I'm going to tell you about California. Is a very nice place for people with MS, you know, people that's, you know, that need that type of environment, you know, type of fruit. But the economy is really high in California. And guess what? It's a really statistically high a bully nation. I looked it up because it then my kids they not safe in that type of environment. You know, I'm sorry, California have built that type of reputation for themselves. You feel what I'm saying? So statistically, I can't tell you that that's a great place to live. You know what I'm saying? I just named some places. You hear me? Nebraska. You hear me? Wisconsin. You hear what I'm saying? Like I just named some places. You know what I'm saying? I just named some places. And that's what it is. So that is. Let me see what you say, friend. Oh, my friend in here going off. Y'all is a mess, y'all feel me? Y'all, look, y'all, I'm like Rodney King. Can we all just get along? You feel me? But anyway, y'all, the bottom line is that doing things in life, you hear me, is a adventure. Now, y'all don't think y'all girl been on some adventures. You hear me? My first adventure was the projects. I was born and raised in the projects. That was my first address. That's when my mama brought me home from the hospital. I didn't realize where I was born into until I was of age, right? So that's when I first encountered being bullied or being poor, you know. Because even in the projects, you have a sad that think they're a little richer than the other sad. You have people in the projects that don't belong in the projects. You hear me? They just know how to trick the system, and they got they low income house. You hear me? So you got all these worlds in the projects. You know what I'm saying? You got kids that dress nice. You got kids that don't dress nice. You got kids that can't dress nice. You know what I'm saying? You got kids that's mom is addicted. Mom's getting beat up. Like this is going on in the hood. I'm telling you, I can remember everything like it was yesterday. So my first chapter in my life and my first experience and adventure was becoming confident and becoming more of a person to stand up for myself. That's when I first started and realized that I wasn't going to be running from nobody when I lived in the projects. See, running from people, lying and stuff is overwhelming. You hear me? That can wear you out mentally and physically. And I knew this at an early age, so I wasn't going to get wore out. You hear me? And then I had an auntie, my mama's sister, that was a little different from my mama. See, my mama was a gangster, but you had to push her to be a gangster. My auntie, on the other hand, you didn't have to push her too much. She was, you hear me? You hear me? So by me having both of them in my life, my auntie kind of pushed me to be a little bit more aggressive in life. So we left the projects. I was really excited to leave the projects because there was a lot of stress, and then I didn't have a lot of friends, you know what I'm saying? And it just was like that, you know. And I think about it is because my mama didn't really care too much if we kept up with the trends. See, it was trends when you was kids. And if you wasn't a kid that kept up with the trend, you just wasn't hitting. You hear me? You just wasn't hitting. And everybody that's on my live know what I'm talking about. It's been that time in your life that you couldn't keep up with the trend. You hear what I'm saying? You said you heard that people live in the United States, they have no work-life balance. Well, that's not the truth. You hear what I'm saying? That's not the truth. Because I was in the projects, and my grandmother was in them projects. Because my grandmother was 15 years old when she came to Michigan with 3 children at 15. 2 of them was mentally retarded, and then she had my mama borderline retarded ass. You hear what I'm saying? Because that's what she said. That's what my grandma said. She borderline retarded. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So she had these 3 children in Michigan, they kind of talked her into giving up custody of her 2 kids because they said that it was too much stress on her, and they can help her out. This is how they manipulated a lot of people to put their kids in the system, and especially if you was from the South. You feel me, huh? With little education, you know what I'm saying? So when she decided to actually give the kids and let the state take care of them and visit them like she visited them in jail somewhere. Like, this is, I remember, we used to go visit them. She decided that, nope, her husband decided that she wasn't going to be light-skinned and pretty all her life. And that her light-skinned, pretty ass need to go get in line at Chrysler. See, Chrysler, Ford, and GM, they used to hire back in the days when you get, like, they just did it. They just did it here in Michigan where you can get in line and get a job at Chrysler. They just did it 3 years ago. They just did that same thing that they did in 1978. You hear me? So my grandma was fortunate to get up her light-skinned, fine ass and get in that line at Chrysler and make a career for herself, because that's what they did. That's how they hired everybody from the beginning at the big foes. You hear me? All our grandmothers and stuff that retired from them, they got in them lines. You hear me? So actually, they just did that. They just did a line again here in Michigan where you can get hired at Chrysler. You hear what I'm saying? And they haven't did that line no more. They did a line at GM, and now I don't know if they did Ford, because Ford been doing really good with their profit sharings. You hear me? But them two companies just hired 2 years ago. If you can get in line and do whatever you needed them to do, you got in there. Now, I know they still hiring temporary people, and this goes for people that's coming to Michigan and maybe wanting to start an industrial career job. They are taking in temporary service people right now. They giving you a 3-day pass. I guess if you perform in them 3 days, you stay on the schedule. Because I know a young lady that did 3 days and now she's on the schedule. You feel what I'm saying? So the cost of living is wherever you want to make it. But going to crammed up, rundown neighborhoods, going where you want to have to adjust, you know, or protect your kids more, I just don't want that stress for me. You feel what I'm saying? I don't want to deal with the stress of that no more, because I'm from Michigan, you know, and can't nobody hood get no worse than the hoods I've been in. They can be all similar, you know, they similar. You know what I'm saying? So, and then when my mama went to, she been in New York several times because that's where her family from. And she had to be the one to tell me that Central Park don't look like it do on TV. She said that shit look like garbage. You feel me? Yeah? So a lot of people trying to get to New York to see Central Park, and you going to see some bullshit. That's what my mama said. You hear what I'm saying? So I'm just going by my mama. My mama done traveled to over 48 states and over 3 countries. You hear me? Huh? 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 With an addiction, motherfuckers. You feel what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it real. You hear me? And so I can never not be not like my mother. I want to be like her. I don't do airplanes. My mama do planes. You hear me? Huh? She travel. I'm not that. I'm not that. You hear what I'm saying? You know, but I noticed my daughter, she gonna be that. You feel what I'm saying? She gonna be the one to drive fast cars and stuff. In my mind, you know, but I just ain't never took the initiation. You hear me? So now I'm almost 50. You know what I'm saying? It's time for me to do different things. Is that y'all daddy Uber out there? What you grandpa? Didn't I tell you to stay from back there? But didn't I tell you that? Is you sick? I'll be off of my live in a minute, okay? Get up there like that. Y'all feel me? I told y'all I got him up in here sick. Tell him his Uber out here. Uber out here! Look, you got a Donald Trump picture on the wall. Well, you should have that oil painting picture of Clinton too in the blue dress, right? Who? It's it's okay, y'all. I'm on my laugh, y'all. I'll be off my laugh in a minute. Y'all feel me? So let me get back to what I was telling y'all before we get to talking about Diddy and Young Miami. You hear me? So throughout my life, I had these adventures, and when I left the projects, my mama said that we was gonna live in we was gonna live on the north end, and I was bragging to everybody on the in the projects, we moving to the north end, the north end, and a lot of my friends was like, good luck, and I didn't know what they was talking about, because there can't nothing be no rougher than the projects. Bullshit. Oh yeah, the North End let me and my brother know. You know what I'm saying? You ain't in the projects no more. See, in the projects, we had family and friends and cousins that could help us out. When we got to the North End, it wasn't like that. We met the Charlestons, motherfuckers. You hear me? And the Charlestons was like 25 deep. You hear me? And they toughen us up. You know what I'm saying? Well, I know they toughen me up because I done had it out with the Charlestons. You know what I'm saying? So they became our Serican brothers and sisters and shit. Because me and my brother we had to fight for our respect on the North End, you hear me? So we left the North End. She didn't even stop there. She took us to Highland Park. Mama, what the fuck? So we went to another goddamn rough neighborhood in Detroit, you know what I'm saying? And then this time, we went all over Highland Park. We moved from one house to across the street to the next one. Then after we moved to that, we moved upstairs over this hardware store where mama was slanging and banging. You hear what I'm saying? So, that was another part of my life. You hear what I'm saying? So, me personally was really grown and fast and rebellion, and I talked back to my mom a whole lot. So I ended up migrating with Granny. You know what I'm saying? Granny was my girl, I respected her, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So Granny ended up taking me in down on her hood. And my grandma was down in Black Bottom. That's what we call that in Detroit, you feel me? So I went down in Black Bottom and blend right on in because I had family down there, you hear what I'm saying? And then I had already been in from the hoods. So I had already been prepared for the Black Bottom, you know what I'm saying? So my grandma put me in this school called Bustle here in Michigan. And Bustle, that motherfucker, that dude, I don't mean to be cussing, but Bustle wasn't no joke. You know what I'm saying? And I went to Bustle mainly by myself. I'm the oldest, you know what I'm saying? So Bustle, I had to really get tough. And down there, that's when I met my first baby father. When you talking about some love, boy, you better stop playing. He is a nice looking man. He still is a nice looking man. And he always had money. And I remember when I first met him, he used to always wear these different leather coats, you know what I'm saying? He was that guy, you know what I'm saying? He had to wear them leather coats, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm talking about, them different kind of pellies, them leathers that had the baseball, footballs on them, like he had them, you hear me? And that was very attractive at my age, and he was, his age. So I wasn't ever paying him no attention, you know what I'm saying? Because I was a loner. But guess what? He was paying me some attention. So he just knocked on the door one day and said, introduced himself and told me that he had chose me to be his girlfriend because he see, I was about my business and I ain't hang out with nobody because he was a cheater. I found that out later. You know what I'm saying? I found that out later, you know what I'm saying, with the reason why. But him knocking on my door, you know what I'm saying, telling me, you know what I'm saying, what's up, you know what I'm saying, he got that was the light of my life. I never had nobody knock on the door and tell me nothing like that, you feel me? So I fell in love right there. Me and him ended up making our first baby maybe a year later because I was a virgin when I first met him. So he was on that mission, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't going to stop until he got to where he was going. I just thinking about it now. So we moved on from there. We went through a whole lot. We went through a whole lot. I done seen him knock niggas out for me. I done almost underlabbed his ass. Like, we been through a whole lot. And then our relationship got caught short because he was about it. He about that life, and he ended up doing 17 years. So me and him, we tried the relationship thing, but I was at the point where I was about to leave him anyway. You know what I'm saying? So it was easy for me to migrate into my own life when he got locked up. It was, you know. So that's what happened. I ended up becoming a female entertainer. And it was scary at first, but then it became like a breezy. It came really breezy to do. You hear me? Huh? It just became something easy to do. I ain't think about it no more once I made them first. I did that first interview and I made like about $75 once. And I was broke that day. I couldn't buy no diapers for my baby. I was like 19. Man, I got a taste of that. Oh man, and that's my nose got wide open, and that's when I should have realized I had an addictive personality. But I didn't realize it. You hear me? I should have realized it at 13 when I first hit the marijuana. You feel what I'm saying? But I didn't, you know. So I ended up becoming I think I was a really big boss in Michigan. I think I was a really big boss in my time in the female industry. You hear what I'm saying? I done did a lot of big parties from Jerry Stackhouse to the Green Bay Packers. You hear what I'm saying? I done did them, you know what I'm saying? So I used to have a group of girls, you know, and my girls, you know, they could have did what I did, but I think I was more of the mouthpiece. So I used to keep us with parties. You know, shit, my pump phone used to be rolling. You got 5 girls, we pay y'all such and such to come in, y'all get tips, you know. So I was a person that really kept that money in our pockets. You feel what I'm saying? That was my hustle. That was my job. So doing that was really fun because in reality, it was a club called the Matador here in Michigan. And I remember me and my friend accidentally ended up at this Matador. And at the time, the Matador was just a little pool hall with some little old men in there, you know, shooting pool or whatever. And we went over there to meet this guy named Red. Red was the first man gave me my first car, y'all. Y'all feel me? So we went over there to meet Red, and Red was talking shit, and me and her, we was look. Detroit girls don't care when it's about that money. We was on the DOT bus with 7-inch heels on, little booty shorts. You feel me? Looking like Shanae, Baby, and hey. And I know all them old women was talking about us back in the day, but we didn't give a fuck. You hear me? We was getting to that club. You hear me? So we'd get off like 2 blocks away from the club, or about a little bit more ways down from the club, and we'll walk up to the club. You feel what I'm saying? You know? So we started doing that every Friday. We started inviting guys everywhere we went. Me and my girl Paradise. Paradise had that big you hear me? And that flat stomach. So, you know what I'm saying? You had them girls, you know what I'm saying? I had a variety. I had them light skinned. I had them with bullet wounds, stretch marks. We had them all, you hear me? So me and Paradise started going over there to that club, and before you know it, we just started inviting our friends over there. Then we started taking the girls over there. Then before you know it, me, Red, and her, we all sat down like, you know, we're gonna do this every weekend. You hear what I'm saying? Like, you know, so we start doing an after hour thing. Matter of fact, it didn't even start off like that. It started off at 9 o'clock. But for some reason, me and Paradise couldn't get that crowd to come in to about 1:32 because it was Timbo's. Timbo's in Detroit. Your knees get scraped up in Timbo's. Okay, you know. So Timbo's then closed to like 4 o'clock. But Timbo's was really high. They had old bitches running up. So we was trying to compete with Timbo's. So I always been a marketer for some reason. You feel what I'm saying? So I got some of the best women in Detroit, put them in the club. I started gambling. I ain't gonna even lie, that's the downfall of man. I started gambling with the niggas at with the men. I started gambling. They gambling for big money. They playing dominoes, boom, boom. But that's my stuff. I play dominoes, you hear me? So I decided that I was going to do the club, but I'm going to be at this table too, because this is like how it was, you know what I'm saying? So I done got so good at the club, y'all, where I had stopped taking off my clothes, you know what I'm saying? I was at the domino table. I was making $1,000 playing dominoes. I didn't have to do that no more, you hear what I'm saying? But I still had my certain people that came in that club every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday want to see Sweet Pea. You feel me? So I had to go in there and get dressed. Y'all feel me? This is a real life stuff. I go in there and get dressed and stuff. And then I come out, look at them, look for them and stuff. And I find who looking for me, and I run, and I flip on them and shit. Y'all feel me? So I was making money. I used to tell my girls, I said, y'all don't think I make money doing stupid shit? They were like, I told my girl, I said, look at me in the dark when I be dancing for the nigga. She was damn out on that. And they like, Y'all feel me? Yeah. Because in the dark, ain't nobody looking at your face. Ain't nobody looking at your face, you feel me? So that was my era. I did a lot of great things out there. I don't tell too many stories about the stars that we was invited to dance for because I guess that ain't what we supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? You ain't never supposed to kiss and tell. You feel me? But I can tell y'all that I done had a nice time with a whole football team. And I ain't talking about the Green Bay, because Green Bay was playing against somebody that day. Y'all feel me? Yeah? And I'll never forget it. They was up there at their Hilton up there in Ohio at their little camp up there practicing for that shit was hype. So they needed like 5 girls from Detroit to get up there, right? And they called me and shit. We got on up there. Me and my girls got up there. And this one chick had came with us. I'll never forget. So we up there, we done made our money and stuff. I mean, I said, ooh, ooh. A bunch of men, y'all ain't never been with a bunch of athletes with a bunch of money. I'm about to tell y'all. You know how Izzy, Miyake, Hockey, Blocky smell? Huh? Clean fingernails, clean teeth, beautiful skin, ripped. And it was a lot of them. I was in there like, bitch, you hear me? And I had fun. Yes, I had fun. I was really small and petite back then. Y'all better stop playing. And I think I had a wig on that. I mean, a long one. You feel me, huh? And I used to be able to drop it when it's hot. Drop it when it's hot. You feel what I'm saying? So I had really nice time, in my days. But in Michigan, you can be out in the underground too long. You hear me? And I was in the underground too long. I was in the underground from when I was 19 till I was like 28. So my money started slowing down. You hear me? Because I became leftover age out there. You hear what I'm saying? See, even a 304 run out with the money though. You hear me? So in Michigan, at 28 years old, you washed up. In that field. You hear what I'm saying? 28 years old, too many big ballers don't want to pay for your girls no more. They didn't. Hey, y'all, come here. Hey, Daniel and Desmond. Hey, Daniel and Desmond. Y'all, wait 1 minute. Daniel and Desmond. Don't nobody hear me? Get up and get ready for school. Come on. You get up and put on your clothes. Get up and put on your clothes. Put on your clothes. Get up and put on your clothes. Get ready for school. Get ready for school. Don't try to act like your little 5-year-old brother did nothing to you. Get your ass out my house. Y'all feel me? That's one. Look, all of them supposed to be sick, but they ain't all of them ain't sick. They some of them played me. You feel me? But anyway, y'all, them was some of the adventures that I had in my early life. You hear me? That I'm paying for now. You hear me? Why you think your girl in stage 1 COPD? I had a really nice time in my teen years, and now I'm paying for it. You hear what I'm saying? So I'm here to tell people to correct the mistakes. You hear me? I didn't know smoking ounces of weed a day and shit, smoking 8 balls and things. I didn't know that was gonna take a toll on my body. You feel me? Huh? No. No. I used to be hitting that pipe like, and then I make it come out my nose and hit it. You hear me? I used to have parties. Y'all feel me? Like, for real. One of me and my friends was getting high one day. I had just hit a lick. This is right when I had got hit by that car. I got like 70,000, you feel me? And I was still in Dodger. So me and my girl, we up there, we get blown. We got one of them big old bows and shit. So I asked my bitch, I say, is you high? I said, if you high, turn your wig around. She said, yeah, feel me? Yeah. So, you know, like, I don't regret nothing I have did. You hear me? I have awareness of it. So now I can slow down, you know, have fun talking about my adventures. You feel what I'm saying? So after me and Doug got together, nobody in the hood seen that. See, Doug was the man. And I was at the table down on rock bottom. You hear me? But see, I was staying behind sometime and I was doing extra stuff around the house, you know, that wasn't discussed. And so a lot of people didn't see the potential that me and Doug was going to be together. I did, because Doug was pressing me to get my life together. He was pressing me to stop using. But I didn't want no man that's going to tell me what to do, you know. Let me do it. Let me decide when I want to get right. You hear me? So I drug Doug into my addiction without his permission. You feel me? I even got Doug in trouble with the law. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, you know. They even threatened to take Doug parental. That's what I'm talking about. So the young man, his name is, what's his name? Cinceir, 25 years old. And he been charged. And the girl been charged too. She got 15 years. Me and Doug were just telling us that we missed that. We missed that. You hear what I'm saying? See, when I got charged with neglect, okay, I didn't get charged with child abuse. I got charged with neglect, okay? And when I got charged with neglect, Doug got charged with neglect too. And he thought that it was a crime. So Doug got his own lawyer and everything. You feel what I'm saying? So we had our own little separate lawyers and shit. But Doug couldn't get out the case because Doug was an offender. Like, not offender like that. A person that sold drugs. You hear what I'm saying? And it was on his record. So they saying that caused him to be a neglective parent. We didn't know that. We didn't know that. You hear me? So that adventure in my life, I guess I wasn't ready. Because Doug ended up getting sentenced. Yeah. He ended up getting sentenced before we can get to court with the kids. And they found out. And that's what the charges stuck with Doug, with neglect. When he got charged, he had to go to jail. Because he went out to get the kids. That's what they said. He wasn't a parent that they can rely on. You hear what I'm saying? So there I go again, faced with a dilemma in my life to get my life together. But see, if he wouldn't have never went to jail, I wouldn't have never did nothing. Because, see, I was comfortable with the kids and being with my mom. Like, my mom got the kids, you know. Until I dropped dirty with that baby. And they told me that they was going to take my son and place him in foster care, but not my mama care. You hear what I'm saying? So that's when I sobered up. Like, what you say? What you mean? They said, oh, no, it's against the law, Miss Johnson. It's against the law. Your mama got enough of your kids. And I said, well, what about my auntie? So they looked up my auntie name. She had a writ. She had a writ on her name from 20 years ago. They said, oh, no, she got to get that removed. So my auntie was able to get that removed for her own special preferences. But I had to get on my knees. And this time it wasn't for no money. I had to get on my knees on that man. I said, Mr. Campbell, please keep my kids together. Whatever you need me to do, I do it. And he said, what made you change your mind now, Miss Johnson? I said, because can't nobody else raise my kids. I said, I got to keep them together. Because, you know, it's just something that a mother, that's why I don't understand why mothers give up on their kids being took from them. You know, it's something that you fight for. You hear me? It's something that you fight for. And I ended up fighting for my custody back with my kids by a promise that I get my life together. So I had to sign this contract. And the contract said that I had to go get in rehab within 3 days of leaving the hospital after having my baby. So in my mind, I'm going to be able to smoke a Peru and go do it. Man, that didn't happen, man. I couldn't get nothing for 3 days. I couldn't get nothing. Like, it was just dry. You hear me? So when I did get a hold of something, it was the day I was supposed to go in. Man, oh man, y'all, I was not ready to go. But my mama was ready for me to go. You hear what I'm saying? So that's how I ended up getting in there. You know what I'm saying? And once I got there, you know, want to be all buckled up, you know, like they ain't going to tell me what to do. And then they had a lot of young girls on the staff. A lot of young girls, way younger than me, you know. So I'm like, these bitches can't tell me nothing, you know. In my mind, you know, I've been out here, you know what I'm saying? But these young girls was very smarter than I can ever be. They had lived with the same thing I had lived with, but chose to help people and chose to go about their life and their trauma from their parents a different type of way. I chose to see what my parents was going through. So you got people that got different paths in life. My path, unfortunately, was to use. I used to tell my mama, you can't stop that. You just lying. You just want to. You just this and you just that. But no, the Lord took my ass down through there and said, what you think your mama been doing? Your mama been a very functional person. And guess what? I got out there and couldn't function. I couldn't even function with that shit. I lost everything. I lost over $200,000 in 5 years messing around with the coca leaf. That was the most traumatizing experience that I had in my life, other than if I was touched as a kid. See, I didn't have experiences. I didn't have stuff. Yeah. So it was up to me to be resilient by the things that I have been through. I done seen my mama get slapped and jump out the window. See, when you hear your own mama getting beat up, it's something that's inside of you that's hurt and some type of fear that can't nobody never ever replace, and you can't even explain to nobody when you see your mama get beat up. You know what I'm saying? So me personally wasn't gonna never ever let my boys ever see no shit like that. Yeah. Just by seeing it with my mama. See, I didn't know I was breaking generations of patterns or curses or whatever they call it until somebody told me that's what they were. See, majority of all my ancestors, they have had a real bad drug addiction, you know. So that's inherited, and it's, you know, it's inherited, you know. So for me to actually get myself together and not been to mess with the drug in over 10 years, that's a pattern that I know I broke. You hear me? Because there's a lot of people that in my blood family can't say that they ever wanted to quit. You feel me? So me personally, I actually, good morning, Karen. Good morning, friend. Good morning. See, my friend Karen knows exactly what I'm talking about. But can't nobody tell me about your person that you got in your life to do drugs better than I can. Because, see, a lot of us that ain't never did that or never had no addiction that consume us. See, I done had a drug condition. I done had a gambling condition that have consumed my life. See, I left that part out. See, I had brewed that addiction up with playing dominoes. So when we got shut down the Matador. We got shut down. One of my boys got unalived out there in front of that club. And I remember him telling me if anything happened at that club that we wasn't going to never run again. And that's the truth. That goes for anybody. You hear me? Huh? So that club never ran good. And we tried to do different things like the field posts and stuff like this in Detroit. It's like different things, y'all. Different places, I'm naming. But we tried to do things like that. And it didn't work out. At the time, me dancing, I'm already getting 2 blue checks from my kids because they said they had ADHD. And back then, you used to be able to get a blue check with no problem. You can't get them like that no more. You know what I'm saying? But you used to be able to get them. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I started going to the casino. I started going to the casino when the casinos first reached Michigan. You hear me? When they first reached Michigan, man, that was the most worst thing that I can ever vote on. I'm so fucking pissed off with myself for voting on them casinos. You hear me? It's so many of my family and friends that done took their lives from these casinos here in Michigan. I'm talking about for real, y'all. They don't even talk about that no more. They don't even talk about how the people harming themselves down at the casinos. You hear me? Like right now, we talking to somebody that just threw themselves in front of the car on their way out of there. Y'all hear what I'm telling you? Cause they need the lawsuit. You hear me? You know, like this is some sick stuff, but this is how people don't know. A gambling addiction is way more worse than a drug addiction because you got to have that money. See, a gambler feel like they better than a drug dealer, you know, but a gambler got a house and home. You know what I'm saying? You know, you still got stuff to do just like that person that's addicted. You know what I'm saying? So I've been through all addictions in life except heroin. I even tried meth before. Yeah, I did. But I didn't understand it. And thank God I didn't understand it. And it didn't do nothing for me. See, you got stuff that you can try, y'all, and it might not do nothing for you. You mean like what they doing this for? You know, like what is it? Because sometimes you don't understand the HI. You hear what I'm saying? So it would miss you. And thank God meth missed me. You hear me? Meth didn't give me a chance to understand it. You hear what I'm saying? So I didn't never indulge in it. You know what I'm saying? It tasted awful, smelled awful, you know what I'm saying? And the stuff you got to do to use it. You know what I'm saying? So I never ever got off into that. You feel what I'm saying? We all take. Look, my moderator having fun. My moderator, let me make my other friend my moderator too. Let me add Karen as my moderator, standard moderator. But one of my moderators, she having fun. She actually can remove that person out the comments whenever she want to. But she having fun. She having fun, you hear me? She having fun, you hear me? She having fun. No, I don't need to do my dishes. Like them is clean dishes. That's them dishes is clean. You feel what I'm saying? And that's skillet, that big thing in there. I just made the cookies. Made the kids about 50 cookies on there. You know what I'm saying? It's really not no dishes in the sink. You hear what I'm saying? It's just that I'm a Mac. I don't wash dishes. I just pay bills. You feel what I'm saying? So when my baby father get home from dialysis and he, you know, get his little nap on, he'll get up and wash them damn dishes. You hear me? And a lot of people would say that's bold. You know, he's sick. You know, only to a certain extent, motherfuckers. You feel me? Good morning. You know, but no, I'm not. You know. And you talking about you got the hustle going, hustle for the rich. Well, you need to tell us what the hustle is. Comment the hustle. What you got going on? Because I need some money on my cash app right now. I think I got 20 cents. You feel me? Tell me what the hustle is, Rich. Okay? Yeah. Okay. But let's get back to the adventures, y'all. So after I adventured out, and because I adventured out, right? I had to get my life together. I had to do them 90 days. You hear what I'm saying? I had to repent. I had to make amends with myself. You hear me? And whoever else will make amends with me along the way. You hear me? But let me tell y'all, when I was in that rehab, I watched girls, parents, and kids. They didn't want to come visit them. They wasn't coming to visit them. They weren't supporting them because you had to have a support team to get out of rehab. You had to have your family members come support you at these meetings. You hear me? Huh? And I ain't going to get emotional talking about it. But I'm very grateful for my auntie and my brother. Yeah. See, my brother that came and checked on me and my addiction and was the one who was hurt the most for me even choosing that path, he supported me getting clean. He was there. Like, you have to be there on time, too. Like, if the meeting started at 4 o'clock, they only give you the 4:05 before they close the meeting out. So I used to be in the door, you know, and my brother, I used to waiting on that Cadillac, boom, 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 pull up to the spot. You feel me? So I be waiting on that, boom, 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 boom. And I used to then see it, and I used to be getting depressed, and then all of a sudden I see the Cadillac hurry up and whip up and stuff, and I used to be like, yay, yay, you know. So that made me want to do more. Because the people that supported me, that seen me from who I am and who I do, they supported me. They was coming to my meetings, you hear me? And my brother and my auntie, they never missed my supportive meetings. My mama just didn't feel the need that she should be there because she was at home taking care of the kids. You hear what I'm saying? But I really wish that my mama would have came in to a meeting or two, you know what I'm saying? But that wasn't what she chose to do. She was taking care of the kids. You hear what I'm saying? She was taking care of the kids. So I had a lot of things in my life that has been memorable, you know. When I bought that Monte Carlo, I remember I bought a canary yellow Monte Carlo after I had got that $70,000, and I think the first check that I got was like $18,000. So I took $7,000 of it and go buy this car that I want, you know. And I remember I used to be bumping that song. What's that song, y'all? Let's say, how that song go? I think it's Marianne. I wish I never loved her. You hear me? And I wish you never. You hear me, huh? Because I was talking to that white girl. You hear me? That bitch had me gone. You hear me? She had me all bent out and shit. You hear me? She had took over my life, y'all. Y'all feel me, huh? So I was riding my canary yellow. I was smoking my shit, and I was bumping. You feel me? I had a pocket full of money. I had a get up under my seat. You hear me? I was still that deal. You know what I'm saying? I still was that deal. You hear what I'm saying? I mean, on life. You feel me? So I had fun. You know what I'm saying? I had fun. I met good people out there. You know, without meeting good people out there, you can't become a crackhead. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all don't even know. When you go to that street right there, you got to be accepted too. You not going to be accepted because you smoke. No, you got women that don't want you at the table. You got women that don't want to compete with you. They got niggas coming through, you know, looking for that kind of stuff. So you not welcome even in the underground. You have to fight for your respect there too. Just like I had to do when I was in the streets taking off my clothes. Everywhere I have been in my life, I had to build leadership. And it wasn't easy. It came with cries. It came with disappointment. It came with anger. It came with frustration. You hear me? Anybody that really follow me on my social media platforms. Come here, Dylan. Hey, Dylan, be quiet. Right now. And get up there and sit down. Get up there and sit down. Be quiet. Get up there and sit down. Be quiet. Be quiet. Be quiet. Don't point that no more. Now you be quiet until I get off my thing. You back well, ain't you? Y'all, that's my 5-year-old. And that's what the teacher, she She say leave him out for the rest of the week. You know what I'm saying? Now I see. He just crack. But he supposed to be sitting down. I'm in the whole new part of the house and I can hear him. You feel what I'm saying, y'all? That's why I'm sitting here. Because my kid's here. So I call myself taking my conversation in another part of the house. So you see my kitchen. I do got food in there. Plenty of food. You hear me? See, people, we got to stop tearing each other down for dumb stuff. You know. You tearing me down because you saying I need to wash my dishes. But what if I open up my refrigerator, my cabinets, and I didn't have no food? That's when you supposed to get me together. You hear me? Huh? But I'm pretty sure all of us done had dirty dishes in our life, in our sink, and especially this week, if you got your own house. Now, if you don't have your own house, then, of course, you telling me to wash my damn dishes. You know what I'm saying? You know, like for real, you know what I'm saying? You know. But, no, that's not how life goes. You know what I'm saying? Stop trying to tear people down. Just come in and say hi, you know what I'm saying? You know. And my grandma always told me, if you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. Because please believe it, when you come here, you going to get what you looking for. You going to get condemned. And whatever you say to me, you gonna pay. It's going to come back on to you later on. So you need not to do that. Because I already put that type of energy in my field. You hear me? Good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Look, that is tearing me down. You got another nigga name, Bruce Wayne. Hey, you talking about me? See, y'all got to get y'all shit together. You hear me? You know, get your shit together when you doing stuff. You know, you gotta, you know, you got to know what the tea is. You got to know what the, you know, what it is. You know what I'm saying? You know, because I can get messy. You know what I'm saying? You know, messy. Okay? So, anyway, let me give you these tips before we go into this last gossip column. So, why are you here? Why everybody here on my social media platform this morning? Huh? So, I'm going to need you to niche down. You hear what I'm telling you? Write it down. Niche down. You hear me? So let me show you how you go niche down. When you get ready to start your social media platform, hopefully you done started it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to wish you well on your journey. But remember, your journey will start off slow. It's going to pick up if you keep with consistency. You hear me? So niche down. That means get true crimes. Y'all see what y'all girl did. This is how I built this platform. First, I was doing my health and wellness. Because I was following everybody doing health and wellness. I see they got subscribers, so that's what I would do. You know what I'm saying? But I really wasn't a health and wellness guru. Because I felt fake. I felt like a hypocrite. You know, sometimes I did shit. You know. So I started dipping and dabbing in some of the current trending events that was coming out on like Neighborhood Talk, TMZ, the Shade Room. You hear me? And then I started seeing like, damn, I got a little engagement. You know. So that became my niche by accident. Like, that ain't nothing that I would have chose for myself because I like DIY projects. I like my family stuff, you know. But when I got smart about building a social media platform, I had to niche down. You hear me? So true crimes helped me out a whole lot. You hear me? And gossip. You know, true crime and gossip. No, you're supposed to always glorify the things that you do. You're supposed to glorify anything that you do in life. See, what is you doing? Is it working out for you? Do you have over 70,000 subscribers or followers? Because I have over 75. Over 75. And guess what? All my platforms light up when I come live. You hear me? Huh? You got your favorite people. You got your people that's your favorite. You hear me? See, TikTok got Right now, they did have 24 or 25. In 3 days, I went up to 25.8. Yeah, yeah. You feel me? Huh? Just by talking about Naziah Harris. You feel me? And then on top of that, my Instagram been really hard to do. So I just started doing scandalous shit on Instagram. Because that's what they do. You hear me? Huh? You gotta fake it till you make it on Instagram. You hear me? So then all of a sudden my base start poking up on there too. So I'm like at 14.6 on Instagram. You hear me? And then I turned around and messed around and hit the jackpot one day. I had went and took my mama on a flight. I took my mama on a helicopter ride here in Michigan. I think the year before last. And it messed around and went viral. Then before you know it, that whole week I was just bringing in followers from all my old content. And now I'm at 19.8 on Facebook. And I have already made that $20,000 count of that, that congratulations thing. I'm just waiting. I need 208 more people to hit the 20,000 mark on Facebook. That's not easy. So then I got serious about my YouTube. I started coming live. And I think started coming live on my YouTube that let them know that I wasn't no robot. I wasn't AI no more. You hear me? Huh? And then I started telling my other platforms that they need to follow me on this platform. You hear me? And then boom. Before you knew it, I was on news break. You feel me? I don't even talk about that one. I'm on news break. Yeah, your girl, social media buzz, is on news break. News break just broke out with 1,000 followers on that app. Now I want you to go create you an app on news break. And let's see how many people follow you in 1 month. So I know what I'm doing is working for me. I have people right now in my inbox on TikTok asking me for interviews. Yeah, me. I got interviews. I just have not took none. You hear me? I'm talking about interviews. People want me to come tell my story on their social media platform. Not to talk about me. Cause it's some shit going on over here. You feel what I'm saying? So I do got stuff going on. You hear me? I have did big radio stations here in Michigan. You hear me? Matter of fact, I don't even know if it's still up on Facebook, but yeah, I did a really big interview a couple of years ago at a radio station here in Michigan. You know, they wanted me to come tell them about my story. You hear me? And then at the same time, I promoted that Nutriverse at the time that I was, So, I've always got something going on. You feel me? See, like right now, I have a coach that's she want me to stand up with her team. She want me to get that money and be ethic. That health and wellness group. But I just ain't into the health and wellness right now. You know what I'm saying? You got to do a lot. You got to build an audience. Because, see, y'all ain't no health and wellness. Y'all going to click my bio link and go buy this stuff. And I just told y'all that this is what I've been doing to keep a flat stomach and stuff. Prebiotics, probiotics, and postbiotics. This is all what it is. You hear me? But I'm not advertising this. But if I was on my YouTube, nope, not YouTube. I am on YouTube. If I was on TikTok, the link would be in there. Because this is where I do that at. Y'all feel me? So you got to stop being a hater and you got to start being an innovator. You got to get your stuff together. You got to learn from what you need to learn. You got to learn you got to do what I do. You hear me? Nappy head and all. You got to get the courage to do what I do. You hear me? When I go live on TikTok right now, I have thousands of people on my live in 1 minute. Why do I choose this program? Because I have to build an audience here. I have built one there. They know who Social Media Buzz is. But I don't talk like I used to talk on that platform no more. See, I used to come on there and be ghetto and talking shit, you know what I'm saying? So they don't really like this poised part of me, you know. So I probably got to go back and be a little bit ratchet. For my people over there, I got to be a little bit ratchet. You know what I'm saying? So I'm working on it. You hear me? Who is you going off on? What can help with your diarrhea? Let me show you, Bill. First off, I'm going to get you on together. Okay? So this can help with your diarrhea. This is sour sop leaves, and it's a piece of ginger in there. Ginger. So ginger and sour sop leaf is a great herb for digestive health. You hear what I'm saying? Overall, possibly better health. You hear me? But what if you can't get no sour sop leaves? Because you can. You can order them off of Walmart, off of TikTok, off of YouTube. Them herbs is everywhere. You hear me? And like I said, I had a stomach virus in the house. See, I drink this, so I didn't get sick with everybody else. Because I'm on a daily basis flushing out parasites. You feel me? I don't have time for no parasite to sit, you know. But this one right here is a good one, too. You see it? Now, why do I have that? Because I have 7 children. And I have to stay healthy. So I keep stuff around me to keep them healthy. You hear what I'm saying? So you get you some. You hear me? Of that sour sop leaves and that ginger. Now, you probably can't get your leaves today. But you can go get you a piece of ginger today from any local superstore. You hear me? And then you just boil it. Matter of fact, you let the ginger soak for a minute in the water. About 15, 20 minutes. Then you turn it on and boil it on low. Then once you got your little tea looking brewed out, then you turn it off. Now, having straight up ginger tea can burn your heart. So I recommend you don't have no more than that 1 ginger a day. Maybe twice a week. You don't need all ginger. You hear me? It will mess the heart up. You hear me? Now, that sour sop leaves, if you don't take them at night and you work, you're going to be mad because them relaxes you very much. And you liable to fall asleep at work, you know, on the bus. You feel what I'm saying? But this sour sop leaf is not good to take when you are actively doing something during the day. But if you are not feeling well and you need to get some sleep, my son had COVID. I made him some sour sop leaf, and this is not no medical advice, no kind of way. I'm just telling you what I did to help him sleep. He slept like a baby. You feel what I'm saying? But he could not get none of that anxiety out of him with no other type of medications. You hear me? So sometimes y'all have to go back to your roots. You know what I'm saying? You have to go back to your roots to make sure that you are doing the best thing for yourself. Now, I don't know about you or nobody else. You hear me? But I lost a lot of people that I loved during COVID season. Now, these people not telling me that they passed away from COVID. But COVID tapped on these people, and tapped on these people that I loved until they developed things that they couldn't tap out no more. You hear me? A lot of people that I know that had COVID 1 to 2 to 3 times just died from some type of organ failure. They unexplainable organ failure. You hear me? If you noticed, a lot of people in the last 2 years been dying from organ failure, unexplainable organ failure, because that's what COVID do. COVID lay dormant in your body. People don't talk about that. COVID lay there. Once you got COVID, it's doing something else. Now, you might be over the symptoms. You might be all that. But it lay dormant in your body and it's doing something. You hear me? So I believe that it tap on your defense, and it keep tapping on your defense, and it keep tapping on your defense until you just tapped out. So what I had to do, because of my under borderline health condition, which is COPD, I had to go get vaccine. Because I believe that if I didn't, I probably won't be around too long for the kids. See, everybody that get COVID ain't gonna die from it. No, they not. But you going to suffer some type of long consequences from it. You feel me? Huh? So I suffer grief, motherfuckers. I done suffer grief from COVID. I lost my favorite person in the whole wide world. And look, y'all, when COVID first struck, and I don't know if you me or you felt like that, but I felt scared for all my elderly people. I felt scared for all my people that had cancer and had some type of diabetic something. I'm talking about in my family. So I was really praying for them and hoping that they never ever get that. You hear me? But guess what, y'all? That shit ain't got no name on it. It still struck a lot of people. You hear me? Huh? So COVID left grief and questions, you know. And see, people ain't gonna talk about that. You hear what I'm saying? I am. You hear me? Yeah, it's the truth. You hear me? I don't have no eyebrows. See 'em? You know. And guess what? I think I'm a very distinguishing, beautiful black woman without them. You hear me? See, if I was embarrassed to have big teeth, big nose, and no eyebrows, then I wouldn't be me. You hear what I'm saying? But guess what I can do? I can go make them a little thicker, like I do. You know, just trim them up, make them a little thicker. Then I throw on them lashes and make them, you know, bring out the darkness around my eyebrows, you hear me? Then I butter up the teeth a little bit more, you hear me? I squeeze the pores, you know, around those, you know what I'm saying? You know, and then I throw on a lace front. And then y'all will be like, damn, she look good. Because y'all some idiots. Because y'all some idiots. To think that I look damn good with fake shit on. And any bitch, and I ain't trying to be funny, but any woman that don't think that they look good without that lace front and that wig, I feel sorry for them. If you can't hit, I can hit the club. Bald head, you hear me? Huh? Nice haircut, huh? Have on me some nice tight jeans, nice little shirt, had these motherfuckers sitting right, you hear me? Throw on my jewelry, you hear me? This how we do in Detroit. And I go up in there and I pull every nigga up in the club. I ain't playing with y'all. I'm for real. I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business. You hear me? Only thing I got to do is go in my closet and get dressed for real. You hear me? Huh? Make that ass smell good, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But once I throw on my jewelry, it's over. You feel me? That's all you got to do in Detroit. And go throw my buffs on. You hear me? Throw the puffs on, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because you hear me? And everybody, all these niggas in Detroit be like, she look good. She natural. You feel me? You know? So, like, you know, that's the type of person that I am. You know what I'm saying? I like to set trends. You know, I always set trends. You know, and that's what the type of person you supposed to be. You want to set trends. You hear me? I cut my hair off first. See, I'm a part of Girls Hold My Hand. You hear me? So Coach Stormy is a mess. Coach Stormy just knew that I was going to be one of the rich girls one day because I was making a lot of money in Total Life Changes. And I was really serious, and I did want to be a part of her crowd, but I started peeping her ass. You hear me? So I started, you know, backing up off of her. You hear me? So when I left Total Life Changes, I did that video. And I know you remember, sis, when I just cut all my hair off. Boom, boom, boom. Just cut it all off. And I just felt free. Like, man, no more perms, no more paying nobody, no more lace fronts. Like, that shit is a lot, y'all. Feel me? Huh? So when I cut it off, I felt free. And I think that gave me a different outlook on life. You know, everybody not going to do what I did. You hear me? Then I turned around to see Coach Stormy do it. But she did a little better than me. She went over in Spain, you hear me, and got her hair shaved off. You know what I'm saying? I can't go in Spain, you know, and get the the holy cut. You know what I'm saying? But I did relieve a lot of pressure off my life when I cut my hair off. Like, I always wore short haircuts anyway. Or I met wear the micro curls. Y'all remember the micro curls, right? I had a friend that used to do them. She just passed away, God rest her soul. She used to lay the fuck out them damn little micro curls, you feel me? So in high school, I wore short haircuts, you know, short. We didn't wear lashes in Michigan when I was going to high school. That wasn't popular. That shit wasn't banging. Not when I was going to school. Not lashes and makeup and shit and long nails and shit. No, that wasn't banging. You hear me? When I was going to school, short haircuts was banging. You hear what I'm saying? That's why when you was in Detroit, if you could find somebody that can cut the shit out your hair and curl it, you kept that person. You hear what I'm saying, huh? So you had a lot of people that used to go down and get the discount. Because, see, the shorter your hair is, the cheaper it is. Because it's quick to do. You hear what I'm saying? So in Detroit, you got short hair, you get on. You got short hair, you pay cheap. You hear what I'm saying, huh? But it's the hair. You know what I'm saying? It's about the person who know how to do it. So I used to wear all kind of stuff. Pump waves, you feel what I'm saying? I wear waves up the side with it short and curled on the side, but it always was short. You feel what I'm saying? Huh? I even wear the little naked ladies, you know, like I was, you feel me, huh? I'm talking about, I'm a straight up Detroit East Side. You hear me? I'm about that hairdos too. I just think got old with it. You know what I'm saying? I do hair. Now, I got some skills into these hands. You feel what I'm saying? I'm talking about literally. You feel what I'm saying? Literally, okay? Matter of fact, I'm going to drop a video on YouTube on me editorial doing my daughter hair. I never have. I never ever showed y'all me actually getting my daughter right. Y'all feel me? Like, right. Like, all them hairstyles that I do, they pay hundreds of dollars for them hairstyles. But if I really wanted to do it, oh yeah, I do it. I got a niece that come and do braid her hair. You know, I got family that learn how to do hair themselves, so I just keep it going. You know what I'm saying? But I am a full leader when it comes to me and what I want to do. And so you got to do that too. You can't care what other people say or think about you. I used to have a brown tooth right here. Go back and look. Matter of fact, let's see if I can find that, y'all. Let's see. Can I find that? Let's see, can we find how this used to look. Let's see. Let me see, can I find it, y'all? Because I haven't been looking at my phone for a minute. Let's see. Let's see, y'all. Can I find my photo? Okay, so y'all see, here go. Okay, so look. This is a photo of me in my addiction. I was actually high on this photo. I was in a restaurant on the Detroit East Side when Doug took that photo, and I asked him, was he trying to be funny? And he was telling me that he was just taking the photo so we can laugh back on it. But this is another photo. I was high. I was pregnant with me and Doug, first baby. Doug was cussing me out this day. He wanted me to take my ass home. And I had just, you know, did my little hair and shit. And I got a long ponytail back there. Y'all can't even tell, but I got a long ponytail on my head on there. You hear me? And I'm trying to, you know, stick with Doug, but I ain't trying to go nowhere. And then, hold on, y'all. Here go a picture of me. Hopefully y'all can see this. This is the pictures of me. This how old I am, y'all. This is 1998. Y'all feel me? That's 1998. Y'all feel me? Ah, that's 1998. Y'all feel me? And I was that bitch. Y'all feel me? That's 1998. Hold on. I ain't even stopped there. That's 1998 too. Y'all feel me? Oh, it's me. Y'all want to see the tattoo? No, it's on this side. It's on this side. It's on this side. I just want to let y'all know that's me. That's me. That's me. Y'all feel me? So y'all, let's see. But this is what happened in my addiction. See, I got a testimony. This was me in 2020, just 5 years ago. Look at that, y'all. Motherfuckers. Y'all feel me? This was me. This is how I look. And I took that picture knowing that I was about to change my life that day, knowing that I was going to no longer look like I was into them drugs and back in them streets that I was. I knew it. Y'all feel me? I knew it. So, y'all, here go a picture of my family. This we in our backyard. This is me and my kids. This is the little ones. The two oldest ones don't take pictures with us, y'all. But this is the people that I'm responsible for right now to today. So this is us in our backyard, y'all. I work really hard to keep my kids together and for them not to know what I know. You feel what I'm saying? I work really hard to keep her safe. You know what I'm saying? I work really hard to make sure she have the best of life. You know what I'm saying? But here go me and Coach Stormy, y'all feel me? Y'all feel me? So I don't want nobody to think I'm lying when I tell them me and Coach Stormy used to be in them little parts. You feel what I'm saying? So they got, y'all feel me? You feel me? So that's what it is. And let me show y'all another picture. There go the picture that I was telling y'all when I did I told y'all I did the radio station here in Detroit. I did my story, see? I was looking cute one now, y'all, look. And I hadn't even got my teeth fixed yet, y'all feel me? But I was messing with that charcoal toothpaste that they got at Total Life Changes, you know what I'm saying? So that toothpaste did help me look a little better in this video, y'all. But my teeth wasn't fixed in that video. Yeah, let's see. I eventually cut my hair off. You feel me? So this is how I look when I cut my hair. You feel what I'm saying? And I put I got to draw my lashes on. I got to put them on, the lashes on. But these earrings never leave my ear, y'all, because my son bought me these earrings for Mother's Day about 8 years ago. So I'll never take them off. Y'all feel me? But this me. This is how I look when I get dressed. Motherfucker. You feel me? And let's see, y'all ever seen my mom? Let's see, y'all ever seen my mom? Here go my grandmother, y'all. So this is my grandmother in the middle, y'all. My grandmother was working at Chrysler. That's my mama. Y'all can't see my mama. She over here. That's my auntie right there. That's my auntie right there. And that's my uncle, Perry. Y'all feel me? So them my peoples right there. Y'all feel me? This is Big E. This is the one I was just telling y'all that I just lost during the COVID season. My favorite girl, my friend, my auntie. She always been there from thick and thin. She never judged me, and now she not here now. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that COVID helped my auntie get out of here. Here go that deal. You feel what I'm saying? So this is Miss Belma. This is my mama. Y'all feel me? She about that life. My mama actually been through a lot of tribulations in her life. She done traveled the world. When I say the world, you hear me? My mama been married. She's a widower. You hear me? Her husband take good care of her from the ground. I'm talking about from the ground, you feel me? And see, my mama ain't never really seen welfare days. You feel me? So can't nobody never really tell y'all. But this is the photo, y'all, right here. I took my mama on a helicopter ride in Michigan last year. I think that was last year. In Michigan, they got it where you could do helicopter rides. And I took my mama on this helicopter ride, and I told the whole world about it. you know. And my mother, she just was so proud of me, you know. And that's when I realized that my life had changed. That I was able to give my mama some of the things that I always wanted to give her. And she wanted to keep going, y'all. She wanted to keep going for more. But I just couldn't keep going for more. Y'all feel what I'm saying? So, y'all, here go my girl Coach Stormy, too, y'all. See, I fuck with Coach Stormy. You know, Coach Stormy is a person that can actually give you motivation. You hear me? Like, I might not be able to get that body like that, but I can go get me a hat like that. I got $150 wig in the cabinet. I can go buy me that. I got a few chains. I can grease up myself, put on some heels, and there you go. Y'all feel me? Yeah. So you got to get motivation too, you know. So I mess with people. Like y'all be quiet. Be quiet. Oh, you gonna have to wait. Y'all, they a motherfucker around here. Hey, y'all, look. I ain't gonna even lie, y'all. Look, I'm a gambler. Y'all see that? See that up there at the top? Y'all see how y'all girl play? Look, I had hit that 8, y'all, for 700, y'all. Feel me? Huh? Can y'all see it at the bottom? Y'all can't see how much I had made. I had made $790 off that 8 that day, y'all. I was like, what? Y'all feel me? So that was old. Y'all, that's old. Y'all feel me? But I do go to the casino every now and then. You feel me? Every now and then. But yeah, I'm just looking through some of my stuff. See, y'all. Okay, so look at this one, y'all. So this is Diddy, right? And we about to talk about Diddy. We about to talk about Diddy right now. But this is what happened. I had to change that photo. See? That other photo, this one, is Netflix. Netflix can copyright this photo. Do y'all hear me? But if you take a photo and you take it to like Chat, Gemini, Meta, whoever you want to take it to, and you ask them, you upload the photo. You say add the photo. And before you add the photo, you write in what you want them to do with the photo. So you don't send the photo and then write it in. You put the photo in, you say, I want you to change Diddy hair to gray. You hear what I'm saying? And then they'll take that photo and they would change it to gray. You feel what I'm saying? Huh? So this is the kind of stuff that y'all girl do over here. You know what I'm saying? I have to make original content because by me becoming a bigger social media platform, I have other content creators that don't want to see me make it. So number one, niche down. Get you a niche that got to do with true crimes. If you want to talk about all the baby mamas in your neighborhood that's getting beat up, talk about them. If you want to talk about all the kids that's getting arrested, talk about them. You hear me? It's a division in your city. Look it up. See what division. What's the name of the unit team? Find out about the unit team. Make them into content. You hear what I'm saying? Next thing you need to do, you need to post once a week. Don't do the 3 or 5 times a day no more. They didn't get hit with that. Everybody keep telling you that's not the truth no more. They starting to spam your content when you do 3 to 4, 5 time posts a day. Just post once a week. If you notice, go look at the star stuff. You will see them post a video, it be going viral. They only leave it up there for 1 week, and then they post again that same day the next day. The next time. Y'all hear me? Go look at it. Go look at the stars, how they post. They post once a week. You hear me? Okay. Consistent. Stay consistent with your niche. It might be your niche not gonna take off that fast. You got other people you compete with like me. So you ain't gonna hit that shit like that. But if you follow somebody like me or neighborhood or the shade room, Whatever they drop, you drop too. That's why it's important to have on notifications when people dropping stuff, especially if that's what you're trying to do. Now, if you ain't trying to do it, this don't apply to you. You hear me? To do that, because I feel like if you don't have to remind nobody to push like, comment, and subscribe. If somebody gonna subscribe, that mean they want to come back and see you again. You hear me? So I shouldn't have to tell you that. If you like what you like, you gonna come back and see me, right? So you gonna push the subscribe. If I say something that you like, you gonna push like anyway, right? I don't have to tell you that. If I don't ever get no like, that mean I ain't said shit nobody like. Y'all feel me, huh? But that's what they tell you to do. You hear me? And research. I'm still doing research on the story. That's why I don't want to talk about it, but I keep thinking about it, but I don't want to talk about it because I'm in the middle of the research of the young man named Orlando. Let's leave his name. His name, Orlando Lennon. Lin. Lienen. Or is it Lienen? Lennis. I think that's how you say his name. Because I didn't write it down. That's what I'm saying. But anyway, he 35 years old. He didn't been somewhere, well, 2 days where his son, 13 months, was in the impound car in Michigan. In the car for 2 damn days by himself, crying and all kind of stuff. But I blame him and I blame the police. See, that's what our problem is too in the neighborhood. We let the police get away with too much shit. They supposed to have blame in that shit too. Anytime you got your car repossessed or impounded, they actually go through your car when it get there to make sure ain't no drugs or weapons in your car because it become their property. So they trying to put the... You hear me? Let me see if I got his photo up here. Y'all can see it. Let me see it. There we go. They trying to put the blame on this young man. You hear me? Because they saying that if he... Okay, but which I understand. He is the father. He knew damn well that baby was in the car. After not the first day, but not after the first hour. He knew it the first day that went past that baby was still in that car. That's some scary, sick shit. You hear what I'm saying? Huh? Then he have the nerve. Hold on. Baby mama, so they ended up removing the baby. This is where I'm at in the story. They ended up removing the baby, giving the baby to CPS. Now, that's what me and Doug was talking about, is of course she lost her baby. You took 2 days. Matter of fact, I wrote it down. The mama took a whole day. A whole 2 days. The report, the baby was missing. Well, they saying the whole 24 hours. I don't care what it is. She need to be whooped down. You mean to tell me this man been over your house, you ain't heard from nothing for 2-3 days, and you just realizing that your baby missing? What was you doing that you couldn't know? Even when I was getting high, I realized when my kids was missing or they was doing stuff. Because I think that was more of an alert for me. You hear what I'm saying? So, they found the baby, fortunately, y'all, in a nice little place in the car. But he was crying and stuff. He was cold and stuff. But he was still alive. Thank God. You hear me? So, CPS then removed the baby, and I don't think that the baby should be with her neither. Because of the fact it took you that long to realize that your baby wasn't nowhere to be found. What was you doing for it? I don't care if it was 24 hours. What was you doing 24 hours to notice that your baby wasn't at home or was missing? You hear me? So, yes, they're in court. And the court procedures is on YouTube. It's 2 hours long because I think they had 2 more cases before they brought his case in. But the 2 cases they had were number like 10 minutes. You hear me? So his case is the 2 hours rest. You hear me? Because they charging him with child abuse. So they saying that he has actually abused this young man by leaving him in that car that long, with not calling the police. So what I was listening to at the time was the 911 call that he made to the police officers here in Michigan. You can hear him telling them how old the boy is and what color the car was and all this shit. And they like, well, when this car was supposed to go, he tell them what day. And they like, well, today is such and such. You hear me? Huh? So I'm with them on that. You hear what I'm saying? So I'm going to record that conversation. You hear what I'm saying? But I'm not going to listen to it. You feel what I'm saying? Look, look, I use AI. You hear me? I'm telling you, the AI app I use is Gemini AI. You hear me? Now, I'm going to tell you why I use Gemini AI. Because first off, Gemini AI, she'll keep it real with you. She can say things like grape and essay. You hear me? Meta AI, she'll tell you. She'll stop talking to you. She'll give you a 24-hour timeout and tell you that you was asked to her things that was against guidelines and policies. You hear me? So I mess with Google, well, Gemini AI, which comes through Google, is because it's a grown person set. You hear me? You can do a lot with that. You can ask her to help generate a 4-minute video on this subject. Bitch red. She'll go ahead and give you a whole layout. This is what you're supposed to say from the intro, from 40 to 45 seconds. You're supposed to have a side-by-side photo with this captioning on there. I mean, the girl bad. You hear me? But you got to be willing to go step by step what she say you need to do. A lot of people don't want to put that work in their content. If they just wanted to. So we live in a microwave world. See my son back there microwaving something? We live in a microwave world. Everybody want everything to just happen fast. You know. See, I know that. I don't like the microwave. So I slowed down my life. You hear what I'm saying? I slowed it down. Matter of fact, they don't have no microwave. They have an air fryer. But they probably want a microwave, but that's the farthest we gonna get. You hear me? Huh? But look, good morning, Bam. Good morning, 101. Good morning, friend. Look, the microwave, the kids love it. But did you know that microwave, right? That plate that come in the microwave. And the deep lines that come in the microwave that you sit on the groove of the microwave. Everybody think that's a design. No, that's the biohazard sign. Look at it. It's the biohazard sign in your microwave. And they can't take it out. They don't tell you that that's what it is. Because you got to know. You got to be curious on how it is. So the biohazard sign come in your microwave every time you bad. You hear me? Look at it. Look at your plate that be in the microwave. That's the biohazard sign. It's letting you know this is a biohazard and you using it up to your own risk. You hear me? So when you put your stuff in the microwave, your food it do stuff. It pops loose. All kind of vitamins come out. It's just terrible. The radiation to your food is terrible. You know, so that we haven't had no microwave in how long? Huh?
Since 2024. No, since 2025.
Yeah, I think 2024 was the last time we had a microwave. You hear me? My kids know because they want one. You hear me? But I have showed them how to use the convenience stove. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it is what it is. In reality, people not supposed to heat their food up no way. We live on European life. We live on life that's been designed for us to live on and believe in. But in reality, we not supposed to cook our food. No human. And it don't matter what color you is. You hear me? We supposed to eat vegetables and fruit. No meat. But in our mind, we cannot survive without that meat. We got to have that meat. You hear me? Huh? But guess what? It's so many protein and beans and stuff that we can get out of meat. We just be making up shit. You know what I'm saying? So I have an adventure going on over here. I have an adventure going on. I ask about everything when it come down to my AI apps. If I'm going to have them, if they going to have them out here and we going to live in this world, let's use the technology. Let's have fun using it. Because remember, there's a lot of people back in our times that wish they had this technology. You hear me? What about tissue? You know that's a luxury to have a piece of tissue. You hear what I'm saying? You know, like, think about all the people before us that didn't know to use tissue. You hear me? Or to put water, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, like, we just got to think about all the extraordinary things that we have adventured of and we have lived. You know what I'm saying? We, generation, we get to live with the generation of inventing technology. See, we the generation, we get this, we got to see the first cell phone, the first phone line. Y'all feel me? See, and we in the real century. See, that other century that we ain't gonna never see, 3,000 century, they gonna be taking all our technology. They gonna be learning from us. We gonna become world phenomenal leaders. We gonna become a part of history. Y'all hear me? Huh? We in the 20th century. We, you know. So be excited. Be excited. And live out the fullest because you're not going to be able to do this again. You can't do it again. No matter how much you pray and think you coming back or whatever, if you do come back, you won't remember. And I think a lot of people that leave here don't remember. Just like when we was born. We don't remember when we was born and we ain't going to remember when we leave here. But you is going to remember that dash, that in between. So it's fun to adventure. I got so many adventures that I can tell y'all. Y'all will be like, this girl lying. I remember one time I was getting high with this group of people. And they used to come down in Michigan every now and then. And it was a group of white people. You hear me? And when you see white people in the hood and you use drugs, you be just so excited because the rumor is that white people, they buy more drugs. This is the truth. You hear me? So I used to hang out with this couple. And when they used to come get me, we used to ride like really far out. So when they pick me up, we'll get about 4, 5, 8 balls because they was some smoking mother somethings. They could smoke an 8-ball apiece. You know what I'm saying? So when I went with them, I get my own 8-ball just by being with them. So they'll buy me my own stuff and they had their own stuff. But then they'll do their stuff really fast and they'll get to looking at you crazy. So this one time that I was out there with them, and I guess the stuff was good. I don't know what happened. But all of a sudden, I just heard her say, you a nigga lover. And I'm acting like, I'm just getting high. And I thought I heard, I'm like, he said, did you hear me? Get out of here with your nigga loving ass. I just stopped getting high. And I told that damn bitch, I said, if you call me another nigga again, this is going to be the time when you going to see how niggas act. You hear me? Now, at the time, I'm out here on something mile road, 26 mile road, and I live way on 6 mile. You feel me, So my motherfucking ass had to curb my appetite. Eat up them people calling me niggas out here that I'm getting high at their house, you hear me? Just to get back home, you hear me? So when I get back home, you hear me? For real, you hear me? So when I get back home and they let me off, I kick their car and say, fuck you, honkies. I got all hard when I got home, I said, I want to whoop her ass, but his wife didn't come. She didn't come to drop me off at home because I think she knew. She knew. She said, "Nah, this girl up to no good." You know what I'm saying? Because I'm sitting up in here and they done got to arguing. They done called me all kind of Negroes and stuff like that. And she didn't accuse him of loving niggas and all kind of shit. And, I didn't even know I was in this type of crowd, y'all. I didn't even know I was around these type of people because they didn't present themselves like that. Y'all feel me? So I done been in some places. I remember one time coming home. We chilling and we all piled up in this car. So we used to go to this place and you can't take no white people to this man's house. So these Chinese guys. It was like 3 or 4 of them, and they used to be deep in this little car, and they'd come speeding up with they little, because I guess they thought they was hip, you know, with their little music, you know, hyped up. So when they used to come on the block and shit, we used to be like, he come Chi Chong in them, you know, he come Chi Chong in them. So he come Chi Chong. So I took Chi Chong. They wanted me to go take them somewhere, but I told them they could go. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to be funny, but they got to park around the block, and I walk. You hear me? So I go cop for Chi Chong there, and I get back in the car, y'all, and we just sit back there in the back, you know, and we all looking at things. Chi Chong just looked over at me, and he just said, and just start kissing me, and I was like, my mouth out, and he said, what, you didn't like that? I said, hell no. Who told you? What the? He said, I thought we was having a moment. I said, we wasn't having shit. You was. Y'all feel me? Yes, I ain't know, we ain't in no movies. I ain't looking at you like just, you know, we ain't in no movies. We ain't in no movies. You hear me? It felt like I was kissing my brother. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all, look. When a woman not attracted to you, you hear what I'm saying? It can be some of the ookiest, nastiest stuff that ever happened. And that was nasty. You know what I'm saying? I was like, did this just happen? Did the Chinese man just tug me? Did he just dug me down? You know what I'm saying? He said, yeah. He said, we you know, he said, I said, then we felt the connection. I ain't felt nothing. I didn't even know I was looking at the man like that. Y'all feel what I'm saying, huh? So I done been in situations that would always stick with me because it was just so funny. So funny. You feel what I'm saying? So my kids is getting off the hook. So let me wrap up my lab and let me talk about what I came to talk about. So y'all, allegedly, let me bring it up because I got to bring it up on my computer so I can be reading it right. Y'all feel me? Let's put the code in. So, okay. Oh, yeah. That case with, his name is, damn, Cinceir. Oh, what's his name? I just said his name. Dang, y'all. Anyway, CJ father. He actually had one of the most shocking details in this trial that I was listening to because I'm still watching the trial. It said authorities found several snakes inside the child's pack and play portable crib along with 3 unsecured firearms. Y'all feel me? Like, and he only got 20 years. And let's just keep it real. 20 years not enough because he's 25 years old. He going to get out at my age. And he's going to be able to live a beautiful rest of his life. You hear me? While little CJ is still not here. So, y'all, that is really sad. And I'm going to stay on that story, y'all, for real. Okay. So, it's because my girl, okay, y'all, now, who wanted the AI app? Use Meta AI if you want to generate yourself. You hear me? So let me see, do I got one? Let me see, can I show anybody? Let me see. Let me see. If you want to generate a photo of yourself, let me show y'all. Matter of fact, let me show y'all a couple of pictures that I generated from Meta yesterday because I couldn't do it when y'all was on the phone. So I generated, and these are funny, y'all, so all of them, you got to work with them. So this was the first one Meta did. This me. And remember, Meta is the only AI where you can upload 8 to 5 selfies, and Meta can actually generate you as an AI. You hear what I'm saying? I'm talking about you can make them do anything once they start DNA you. Because it's a DNA generator. So this is what they also did. Because I'm trying to get them, see, they generated me like this, right? I'm trying to get them to generate me as a news anchor where I could use the video of my news anchor. So this is another one they came up with. But I didn't really like this one. You know, first off, my eyes is too light. And I'm thinking that she just a little too smooth. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I need a, and I don't wear hair like that. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't like that. So this is the one they actually came up with that I liked. Boom. So what y'all think about this one? Y'all like this one too? So that's the one, because that looked more like me. When I put on my scarf and my lashes, that's how I look. You feel what I'm saying? So that's the one that I end up coming with. And guess what? That was Meta. So Bill Cosby, they did one for me for Bill Cosby. So I told them I wanted Bill Cosby looking like he was crying. Because y'all know he should be crying with all them damn allegations that he got, right? So that was the video that was the one they came up with Bill Cosby. Y'all feel me? So, let me see. Let me go up. Let me see. Okay, so, me personally, all this stuff that they got going on, Meta AI is the best AI. Gemini is the best AI. Okay? Let me see, can I find one of him before I give up on looking for him? Y'all, I got so much content in my phone, it's stupid. Okay? I even generate stuff like this. Let me show y'all. So I wanted a meme for myself, and I wanted to be the whooping lady. So I asked Meta to do me like this. I told him I needed to be an animated cartoon. I wanted to have the big bottom, and I wanted to have the W on my chest, because I wanted to whoop some ass. You know what I'm saying? I want the bad little kids sitting around me. This is what I put in the description. You hear me? And boom, it'll come up. Now remember, Meta will come up with that watermark right here and there. Sometime down at the bottom. So if you got an iPhone, you are able to crop that out before you share it to anybody. iPhones will edit, crop, change your photos just as well as these apps that we pay for if you know how to use your iPhone. You hear what I'm saying? If you know how to use your iPhone. This one right here, you can't hardly see this one. But that one right there, I made that on Gemini. I just told Gemini what I wanted that thumbnail to say, and I generated it, and it came out very professional. You feel me? I'm trying to see, can I find me a picture of Diddy in here somewhere? Diddy always in my phone. Diddy has been a big part of my content this year. Let me see. I got everybody here. I never did do that. Y'all never did get a chance to see that video that I did on DL Whisper. I'm telling y'all, it's so much content that I never did get a chance to drop because I got to doing something else. But DL Whisper, he a motherfucker too. And he was on Tasha K. And man, oh man, that interview was turned up. Y'all hear me? But remember, sorry, y'all. He can't do the internet no more, y'all. I'm actually looking for... Y'all, this is AI generated. AI generated. 50 Cent. You feel what I'm saying? Like, only Meta will do stars. Gemini, they'll do them every now and then, but I think it's like old celebrities that they do. They don't do too many of old. Okay, so these are some photos I generated. I had to generate photos of the FedEx truck because I don't know if y'all remember, but the guy who got arrested on his day off after robbing the FedEx truck, I mean, he worked there. He had like $65,000 worth of all kind of stuff in his thing. But this is how good that this generate. This was generated either on Meta or Gemini. I'm thinking, I don't know. I don't see my watermark in there. Because I always take my watermark out. So I don't know where I generated these from. I think I probably generated them on, I want to say Gemini. Because Gemini AI do more better descriptions better than Meta. Meta, you might have to keep telling them, or you might have to tweet what you say, But I generated these, like I think they look really good. You feel me? They look like I actually took them myself. I wanted it to look like this on top, So I do take out my watermarks too, y'all. I think I was generating my name one day. You know, they say I'm an advisor, so you could just do. I just be doing stuff. Like I even generated this before, but it didn't fit my. See, these are generated for me to use my computer, to use the green screen on my computer. They not generated for me to use this green screen on my iPhone. Y'all feel what I'm saying? And if y'all don't know, y'all girl is an author. Y'all feel me? I'm the author of my first book in my family. My book is called The What If Transformational Journal. I don't really talk about my book too much. I do need to talk about it. I do have personal books at home that you can order from me and have them signed and autographed. They just a slight difference than what they are on that Amazon site. I think on Amazon it's like 21 something dollars for you to order that book plain and get it. But to order it from me, you have to pay $40 because I have to sign it and I have to actually ship it to you. You know what I'm saying? So that's why my books are a different price. I also generated this one. This is actually me, but I wanted to see me again with hair. And I had this photo, and I wanted them to generate me with that hairstyle why I'm looking now. And this is what they came up with. See, they got my lashes on and everything, but I really didn't care too much for the photo. But I can use it, you know what I'm saying, because it is me. You know what I'm saying, it is me. Let me see. I'm just looking at like y'all. I'm just showing y'all some of the things that you can do. I was actually trying to come up with me an idea of being a wrangler or something. Like, this me. You know what I'm saying? So I told them that I wanted to have long hair. I wanted to have on the, what they call the Indiana Jones look. You know what I'm saying? And this is what they came up with. You know what I'm saying? So they came up with a few of them. Now, that ain't the only one they came up with, but this was, I think, let's see. That was the best one that I liked. You feel what I'm saying? They even did Reverend J.C. James for me. They did him. I mean, y'all, they did him for me. And I wanted to be an animation like this because all the Reverend Jesse James photos was copyrighted. You know what I'm saying? So I had to come and make my own. And this for anybody that's doing this. If you see photos like this, they are copyrighted. This is another one. But you can have AI, you hear me? You can have AI take them photos and make them uncopyrighted by adding your own stuff. Let's see what this is. See, now this one. This was the first time that they actually added the right background, right? But they forgot my B. Y'all feel me? Now look at it. It would have been a really good background. It might be really good still, though. Y'all feel me? I might use this, but I do need the let's see. We looking at the light. Y'all feel me? Ooh, I don't like that light. That not right. I need some grease on my face. Yeah, feel me? Let's see. I don't like that one either. This one yellow and all, but I don't like that light. You know what I'm saying? But it's okay, you know what I'm saying? But we'll leave this up for a minute. I do like that buzz, you know what I'm saying? So they did, I gotta find out what ratio is this one, y'all, because this ratio of this background is 9 times out of 10 how I want all the ratios of all of them that I use, to go in the background. Y'all feel me? You can smell like a motherfucker. What that mean? I don't know what they mean by that there smell. I take too many baths. Too many baths to smell. You feel what I'm saying? Like for real. Like for real, for real. That's one thing I don't like that. I don't like it knocking on, you know, El Paso. You know what I'm saying? I don't do that. You feel what I'm saying? Matter of fact, let's read this, y'all, folks. Anybody that's been following my social media platform, y'all know that I deviate. Everybody know I talk about my family. I do trending social media buzz. I do celebrity gossip, and I try to do true crimes. You hear me? So I got a few niche, and I got a few people that follow me for a few reasons. But this is the reason a lot of people follow me, because we like to gossip about other people. So Usher told Forbes, that love that that little internet place, that little podcast. He told them that he feels that Diddy has been misrepresented. He's saying that that he is a music legend, and it should stay intact in spite of the serious allegations. He's saying that that is his mentor. He respects the business sense of him. And on the other hand, Young Miami is saying, and she just told the Breakfast Club this. She told the Breakfast Club, she said her connection to Diddy brought a lot of negative and negativity, and it cost her money, relationships, and business deals. You feel me? So I'm trying to figure out, like, balance it off, like, Usher, why the fuck is you on this man jock? You know, and let's just keep it real. If y'all was on here yesterday, Taz, Titles. Titles is a company that they own, like Spotify. And Usher is on the board member. You hear me? He's one of the board members that have a share in that company. Kind of I found out that the board members, they actually put in like 325 million a share to make this company go. So, Young Miami was never ever was supposed to be at the table. If Diddy caused her to lose money and not to prosper doing the things that he been through, that means she was just what she was. She was a worker. She was somebody that was expandable, and like they said, somebody to make Cassie jealous. And it didn't work, because Cassie didn't come back. Cassie moved on, and I believe Diddy did everything he did to make sure that that lady have a miserable life being without him. You hear what I'm saying? Being without him. When I look at cause see, Diddy is a big part of my social media platform. So this is an old book. Can y'all see it? Can y'all see it? Can y'all see it? Can y'all see it? Well, anyway, this is an old book. And I even go back in here to talk about Diddy. Now, I don't know what happened right here, but it's talking about a lady who worked for Diddy for 12 years, since 2012. Had put a lawsuit out there for Diddy. But I think Diddy settled that out of court, because I haven't heard about none of that. See, when you're a content creator and you go through some of your old content, then you get to find this stuff. So, Diddy, in this book, somehow ended up with me writing down Robin Williams Jr. You hear me? I don't know why I got him down here with Diddy. I got to go back and find out. But it was some reason that Robin Williams' name came up around Diddy in my book in 2024. But guess what, y'all? I didn't go ahead with it. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking that was the name though of somebody that worked for Diddy, but they had the same name as Robin Williams. That's what I'm thinking, because my notes is a piece of my notes is missing a whole. Man, a whole piece of my note. Now, I don't even know how I did that, y'all. How did I just take a whole piece of the note off, so that part right there. But investigation-wise, and to actually be involved in a lot of things that I have involved myself in when it comes down to social media. You hear me? Now, I should have thought about it this morning. I should have put a screen up when I came up this morning. And guess what? Would nobody ever been able to make no comments about my dishes back there on my sink? You hear me? So that was another teaching moment. If you don't want to just bring that type of negative energy and you don't feel like that shit, I should have added this background and everybody would have had something to say maybe about how I look, about what I'm saying, other than my kitchen that holds 76 kids a day. You feel what I'm saying? So that part, you feel me? That part, you hear me? Good morning, everybody. Good morning, y'all. Good morning to everybody coming on and off. Look, friend, my brother is a truck driver. My brother is a truck driver. I never ever got a chance to drive a truck, but guess what? I really, really wanted to drive a truck. I did drive a 5.0 with the stick shift in it, but I burnt that clutch out. You feel what I'm saying? But I always wanted to be a fast driver. I always wanted. I always liked to switch gears. So I always been that type of person. But I never pursued too many of them things. But my daughter, she like fast stuff. I bought them electric scooters for Christmas. And my daughter, I bought her one. And hers don't go up to nothing but 8 miles. She upset. Because all the boys stuff go over 20 miles. You hear what I'm saying? So she like, I don't want this. And she literally don't play with it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to get my daughter a fast one. You know what I'm saying? So she can get out there with them boys. You feel me? Yeah, friend, like, I want me one, y'all. I want me an electric bike this year. I want to look really good doing it. I want to have on my little shorts. You know what I'm saying? I don't need no hair because I don't need my hair to be flying, past my face, and all that. And then it's hot on the bike. So I need my bald head, you know what I'm saying? A nice little, helmet, specially made for me. And I'm just going to get on there this year and I'm going to act like I'm on a room, and I'm going to grab me one. They have some nice ones on Amazon. They have some nice ones on Walmart and Temu. You feel me? Temu you can get on Temu on certain things, My mama actually ordered her electric bike from Temu last year. It was like $230, $240. But it go up to like 20, 22 miles an hour. And she really like it. And I like it too. So that's kind of stuff that I'm doing over here is going to be different. I'm going to eventually make a new, I'm going to have to make a new channel because I can't throw my algorithm off here. Like throwing in my cooking. I have did it this week just to see. Or last month. I threw in a cooking video. And it did okay to be on this platform for the first time. But that's not where I upload my cooking videos at. I upload my cooking videos on Facebook or TikTok. I don't even upload on Instagram. You hear what I'm saying? So, trying new things, you're going to have to probably create a new channel. So, y'all going to see me promoting a new channel soon. I just ain't got time to be putting into both channels, so y'all haven't seen me put it out there yet. You got one, friend? Yeah, look, my brother just bought him one. His go 41 miles an hour. I said, I didn't even know they go that fast. I didn't even know that you could get an electric bike to go up to 40? 40? You feel me, huh? So it's 40, 41, 40, 41, 45. You know what I'm saying? He got, and I think he ended up looking up with it on Marketplace, Facebook Marketplace. Somebody had bought it, a tall guy. He said that he was too tall for it. His knees was knocking, and it was practically brand new, and he just didn't want it no more. And it had like about 18 miles on it. Okay, and so my brother hopped on it, and he let my brother go ahead and cash him out for about 200 flat. And I'm like, dang, I needed that because that mug go 41 to 45 miles an hour. That's a fast one. You feel me, huh? That's almost with an engine in it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I didn't even know they went that fast, you know. So the stuff that we just seen people do, you know, get together, start bike clubs, start vet clubs, van clubs, you know, start your club this year. I started my club with my kids. You know, I don't have nobody else to get electric bikes and scooters for. You know what I'm saying? I don't have friends that want to be on stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So me and my kids going to be electric out this summer. You know, we're going to be going to the park. We one of them I got is the deal. You feel me? One of the ones I got is like the ones that you rent on your, you know, the ones that you can rent now in your neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? I had one like that too. Yeah, friend. You have a great day too, friend. I'm about to get up off of here anyway. You feel me? I was just looking at my time because in reality, I was trying to, because I've been on here, I think 3 hours. That's what I want to say is 165 right now. I was trying to see if it was going to flick to 200. You hear me? Before I got off of here. Yup. I created that with AI. You know what I'm saying? And I just been playing around with my tools. You know, it's time for me to start learning how to use my social media platform. I'm getting very jealous of seeing other people being on a platform and being able to share with y'all and share, you know, like things that's really moving. You hear me? Like, for instance, on Facebook, let me see. What is this? No, that's not it. Let's see. Yeah, let me see. Can I see it? Okay, that's not it. No, that's not it. Let's see. That's not it. Oh, wait a minute. They gonna let me do something. Retouch my face. So I guess if I sit here for it, it say retouch on. So I guess they gonna retouch up my face. So they say I can upload a short. Let's see what this is. Oh, that's not it. Let's see. Turn it off. Okay. Oh, I got a light on, y'all. Look. Turn it off. Oh, I got dark. Look. Turn it back on. Now turn it off. Ooh, I did not know that. Okay. So, we learning shit. Okay. So what it is that it's this feature that they have on here. It's a share, right? And it tell you to take your other phone and QR code that to be able to share what's on your other phone. So I'm like, is that how I share on my iPhone? But now I don't even see it. I don't see where I could share. I don't see it no more. So I'm going to have to go back, ask YouTube creator some things so I can figure that out. Because I'm supposed to be able to show y'all videos off my phone. I'm not just supposed to be able to use my PC. I'm supposed to be able to use this device as well and share stuff because they told me to. You know what I'm saying? So I'm using that. And in the future, y'all, we will be back live. What's today? What's today? Today Thursday? Is today Thursday, y'all? I think it is. Okay, yeah, so today Thursday. I won't see y'all live tomorrow, but Saturday morning before 7:30, because I got to do early Saturday morning like I used to. I used to be on live at 7:30 to 8 o'clock on Saturday mornings on YouTube. You hear me? So that's going to be me starting back up on my journey. You hear me? I want you to stay consistent on your journey. I want you to enjoy messing up and making new stuff. There's no such thing as the right way when you are using your social media platform, when you're using your knowledge to create your platform. It's your way. It's not my way. It's not their way. It's your way. You feel me? So with that said and done, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and get up off of here. I have been on here for a while. I want everybody to enjoy their day. If you got things that you want me to talk about, inbox me, comment on this video, and I'll make sure that I get on the research and we'll talk about it. Y'all feel me?